Let's go Falcons! Hey yo, batter up, let the bout begin. Solano Falcons, bout to show you how you win. Cause this is our year, man, forget the past. We taking over right now with our pitching staff. Yo, it's game time, so let the games begin. Solano on the field and we gain in a win. Hey yo, it's game time, don't you hear the people chant? Cause this is our house, make way for the champ, it's game time.
Welcome everybody, Chris Savagli along with Brian Nelson and Omar Rodriguez here on the Solano College Sports Network, where your Falcons will take on the visiting Yuba City 49ers here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Yuba picked up their first conference win against Solano on Tuesday, 6-4. Falcons picked up the win yesterday, moving to 4-3 in conference play. Nice pitching performance by John Yancey. Now, with that being said, guys, Solano playing much better as of late, and one thing that has stood out has been their starting pitching.
Yeah, their pitching has been really solid for them this year. Two pitchers that really caught my attention so far is John Yancey and Teddy Natter. John Yancey has a record of 6 wins and 1 loss, and Natter is just a strikeout machine. So a pretty solid start for him too.
Yeah, and looking to piggyback off of the 2 strong starts, as Omar mentioned, is sophomore Jordan Chana, the most experienced of the 3 starting pitchers for the Solano Falcons. He'll look to try to get this rubber match of this Bay Valley Conference matchup between the 49ers and the Falcons.
Yeah, Chana pitched a complete game against Contra Costa last Saturday in the 4-1 win for the Falcons. Now, Brian, you have the starting lineup for the visiting Yuba City 49ers?
I do. Leading off will be left fielder Michael Schoenberger. In the 2-hole is the center fielder Gage Sorensen. Batting third is Andrew Schnitzes, and he's going to be the DH. In the cleanup position is right fielder Aiden Gums. First baseman Joe Ramos is batting 5th. Ray Moore at third base will be batting 6th. Nick Luchetti at second base will be batting 7th. And the 8-hole is catcher David Miller. And rounding out the starting lineup is the shortstop Weston Gaddis. And on the bump for the 49ers is Connor Elliott.
Thank you, Brian. And now the lineup for your Solano Falcons.
Aaron Corral, shortstop, Capistrano Valley Christian.
Justin Brown, DH, St. Joseph Notre Dame High School.
Nathan Gutierrez, first base, the American Canyon High School.
Jared Denning, catcher, American Canyon High School.
Kyle Krebs, right field, Carson High School.
Cody Gregory, left field, El Camino High School.
Nick Dodson, third base, Justin Siena High School.
Isaiah Verrett, center field, Armio High School.
Jordan Chana, pitcher, Clear Lake High School.
Welcome back, everybody. As you see, Jordan Chana on the mound for your Falcons, coming into this game at a 3.98 ERA, 2-4 on the season. 40 2/3 innings pitched, and opponents hitting .256 against him. As we said earlier in our intro, had a nice game his last outing against Contra Costa, complete game. Falcons ended up winning that one 4-1.
Yeah, and Chana, Chana is the, as I said in the beginning of the game, he's the most experienced of the Solano Falcons, as he's been in the program 3 years now. Last year he redshirted as a sophomore. So having the experience to really round out this starting rotation has to be a good sign for Coach Slampa, as they've gotten a nice role here in conference play, picking up 2 against Contra Costa last week. And if they can pick up 2 against Yuba, they'd be in great position in Bay Valley Conference standings to start this year.
Yeah, 4-3 so far, and they have Napa next week. Makeup game against Contra Costa, one of them next Monday. So we'll see how that goes for the Falcons, trying to make playoffs again. Last time I should say, since 2015.
We get a look at Mike Schoenberger, the sophomore outfielder. He's definitely the person who gets this lineup going. He's batting .326 on the year with a .435 on base percentage. He has the lone home run for the Yuba 49ers. There you get a look at some of his stats. 5'11" out of Rockland High School.
First pitch for a ball. Yeah, Schoenberger seems to be the lone spark plug, offensive-wise, I should say, for the 49ers.
And so it's really difficult for a coach to really put him in a position to either set the table or to drive in runs. Here, Yuba has decided for him to set the table, but last game yesterday at Yuba, he had 3 RBIs, so he can produce some runs out of this leadoff spot.
Yeah, I think that's another, I guess, you know, bright spot of Schoenberger is that he's at the leadoff position producing this much. I mean, he's got 31 hits on the season, and 16 of those have been extra base hits.
Yeah, you got to give credit to the bottom of the lineup for Yuba because he can't drive in runs if nobody's on base for you.
Fastball misses up. 2-2.
Yeah, with that 2-2 count, Nick Dotson moves back into normal depth over at third base. He had been playing in on the cut of the grass in case Schoenberger decided to bunt.
Which we've seen the past few broadcasts. Here's the 2-2. Misses off the play, brings it to a full count now.
So, Omar, in this crucial count, 3-2, what do you expect from Chana here?
Well, you can either go 2 ways, either take or, you know, let it rip, you know. So it's all up to him right now. Like you said, he's a very good on-base player, so whatever he does is going to be a smart decision.
Here's the 3-2. And that slider got away from Chana. Looked like he slipped up there on the mound. So a leadoff walk for Schoenberger, and that'll bring up Gage Sorensen, center fielder for the 49ers.
Yeah, not the ideal situation to start out a game if you're Chana on the mound to walk the leadoff runner. That will bring up Sorensen, who is batting .333, but that's only 33 at-bats on the season. So 11 for 33, 2 runs scored, no extra base hits.
As he does show bunt, here comes Dotson and a pick from Chana. Go ahead and check on Schoenberger.
Yeah, and Dotson charging hard in this sacrifice situation. Sorensen will look to give himself up to advance Schoenberger in a scoring position.
Could see Schoenberger take a base here. Sorensen pulls back, and that's in for a strike. Schoenberger has 6 stolen bases on the season so far, leads the team.
Yeah, with Dodson charging in hard, too, it's going to be important for Corral, too, to cover third in case he gets a huge jump. And if Sorensen lays down a perfect bunt down the third base line, it's important for Dodson to either eat it so that Schoenberger does advance to third.
Gets a bunt down, dribbling down the first baseline, fields it cleanly. It's Chana. Nice play by Gutierrez, able to reach over the bag.
That was a very nice play by Gutierrez right there. That ball could have easily gone past him, and then he would have had 2 runners on base.
And it was a very difficult play for Chana. He threw the kind of action of the ball, ran towards the base runner, so very fortunate for him not to hit. And a good decision, too, to field the ball because it was kind of that in-between decision. Is it going to roll foul? If it doesn't, then there's 2 runners on. You have nobody out.
Yeah, nice job from Chana, able to pick that one up. So that first pitch is in there to DH Andrew Schnitzes.
Yeah, and with the runner in scoring position, Schnitzes has 10 RBIs on the season. Excuse me, looking at the wrong column there for a second. 13 RBIs.
Fastball's in there, quickly down 0-2.
So with such a dominant count, Omar, from Jordan Chana, what do you expect here with a 0-2 count?
Well, I would like to see a strikeout, but we will see right now.
Deliver. And a foul into the glove of Denning for the second out. Nice pitch from Chana. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Yeah, set him up with that breaking ball with a couple fastballs early on in the count. I hadn't shown this breaking ball. That one, maybe not the sharpest of breaks on it, but it was able to have Schnitz's flail at it for the strikeout for out number 2.
Yeah, the 2 breaking balls we've seen from Chana look like they've gotten away from him. That one, luckily, strikeout. So 2 down now. Runner on second, that's Schoenberger. That'll bring up cleanup hitter Aiden Gums playing right field today.
Gums batting .271 with a .358 on base percentage, 11 strikeouts in 70 at-bats. So Chana would love to back up his strikeout with another one here, get out of the inning unscathed.
Chana gets the sign from Denning, checks on Schoenberger, the pitch. That's driven in out into right field, tailing towards the line, and that is a fair ball. Krebs having a hard time fielding that one out and right. So an RBI double puts the 49ers up on the board first, 1-0.
Great piece of hitting from Gums, thinking opposite way, just going with the pitch location, putting a good swing on it, and Krebs not able to range over. That was going to be a very difficult play for any right fielder to make, especially with such a wide field here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. So Yuba strikes first in the top of the first.
It's a pitch from Chana, and that's fouled left side out of play. Yeah, that was a nice piece of hitting from Gums. Saw that fastball up in the zone. Might have been at the letters. Could have been for a ball, but just taking it with it, like you said, and driving it into right field. Luckily, there's no wind today. Rare, I should say, here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
It's a warm day, no wind. Perfect for offense.
Here's the 0-1. That one paints the outside corner. 0-2. See if Chana can limit the damage, hold the 49ers to just a 1 run here in the top of the first.
And Ramos on the season at batting .279. 2 triples, 2 doubles.
So that changeup's fouled, just gets a piece of it, is Ramos. Stays alive.
And he is 4th on the team with 11 RBIs. Here trying to keep this 2-out rally going. Trying to score Gums, who had the RBI double.
Yeah, Ramos in yesterday's game went 2 for 2, had 2 hits, and scored a run also.
And interestingly enough, came in off the bench to put up those numbers.
The 0-2. Fastball off the plate, most likely a setup pitch.
Yeah, good eye there by Ramos and good execution from Chana, because you just want that off the plate a little bit, try to have the hitter be extra aggressive and try to swing at a pitch outside of the zone.
Check from Chana, the 1-2. That breaking ball up and away, evens it up at 2.
I think that's going to be an interesting development throughout the game, is whether Chana finds good command of that breaking ball to mix up that fastball. I think once through a lineup, you can really use your fastball to get outs, but second, third time around, once guys see and kind of gauge the speed of your fastball, it's important for that secondary pitch to really be effective for Chana.
The 2-2. Fastball misses. Full count now. See if Chana might end up putting on Ramos, get a force out with Moore, who's on deck. We'll see here. Chana sets. Kicks and delivers. Fastball driven into right field for a base hit. Getting the wave is Gums coming on in. So an RBI single for Joe Ramos, 2-0 49ers.
That was just a great job of just staying inside the ball, fighting off. That didn't sound and didn't look like it hit the barrel. That was in on the hands of Joe Ramos, but able to flick that one out into shallow right field for the second RBI, the second run coming across in this first inning for Yuba.
Yeah, like you said, nice piece of hitting, staying inside the ball, not getting fisted on that one. Had enough power to float that over Gutierrez, because majority of the time that's going to be a little pop-up, little bloop right to the first baseman. A check on, just gets it back in time as Ramos. Chana was walking off the mound, hoping for an out.
Yeah, that was his best pickoff move, definitely. He went with his A pickoff move.
The back-to-back.
Yeah.
Trying to catch Ramos sleeping. Here's the first pitch. In there for a strike.
And that's more like it from that first pitch breaking ball. You can see on Moore's back leg it kind of buckle for a second. He was expecting a fastball there, that first pitch.
Changeup grounded over to Dotson. Bobbles it. Here's the throw, and able to recover as he gets the play done. Nice scoop from Gutierrez to end the inning. So 49ers jump on the board first. 2 runs here in the first as we head to the bottom half. 1, 2, 3 for the Falcons.
Aaron Corral, thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
This is Justin Brown. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Nathan Gutierrez. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
our starting pitcher for the 49ers, Connor Elliott, getting his second start on the season, just coming into this game with 18 innings pitched under his belt. So we'll see how this goes for the Niners and Elliott. Aaron Corral getting the start at shortstop today. Been heating up as of late. Had a home run in Tuesday's ball game here on the Solano College Sports Network. First pitch to him is in there for a strike.
Yeah, it was a similar day where there wasn't much breeze, and he just tattooed one over the left field wall. And it's a different spot in the lineup for Corral leading off.
He drives that into center field, but right to Sorensen for the first out.
And that one didn't sound like he barreled it up. Just sounded like it may have been in on the bat a little bit and just floated out to center for the first out.
So that'll bring up Justin Brown, who's DHing today.
Number 36.
A number of players DH for the Falcons. We've seen Brown, we've seen Chenart, we've seen Denning. Just a mix. Just Salampa going with the hot hand, whoever's hot. As he lines that into center field, heading towards the gap is Sorensen and making the play. How about that?
Yeah, what a diving grab by Gage Sorensen. I did not think he was going to get there, but he had a great route. He had a great jump on the ball. And we have a replay. Unfortunately, our monitor is not working, but I'll trust that we got a good view of Gage Sorensen laying out and making a spectacular diving grab on that play.
Yeah, just a 100% effort on that play. He kept his eye on the ball the whole time, laid it out, and made a terrific play.
That's what you like to see from your center fielders, to have that range as well.
Showing his electric speed out there in center, giving competition for Barrett, who has the better speed. So 2 down now. That'll bring up the home run leading Bay Valley Conference leader in Nate Gutierrez. Had that nice shot yesterday. Actually, his 5th on the season.
Yeah, and it's an interesting lineup tweak too, just to flip-flop Nate and Jared in the 3-4 hole. I'd imagine that Nate would get more fastballs with such a potent hitter behind him. So with the power and you get more hard stuff right down the middle, if you miss, Nate Gutierrez will make you pay.
Yeah, anytime a pitcher knows he has Gutierrez and Dennings in the same inning, you know it's going to be kind of rough.
So 2-2 count. Elliott will try to get Gutierrez to maybe chase at something. But if Gutierrez can make him work a count full, be more competitive there.
2-2, and that is into left field for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting for Gutierrez as he just flared out and slapped that one left side. Able to get a little bit of the breeze that's kind of picking up here.
Yeah, he didn't.
Into left field.
He didn't want to do too much with that pitch, so I like how he just hit it
Number 21.
the opposite way. On base.
Your prototypical two-strike approach, just go with the location of the ball. Not if he had tried to pull the ball, it would have most likely topped it over to second base or the first base side. And it's good to see from Gutierrez in his sophomore year to expand his game. We haven't seen him go opposite field too much on hits like that.
So that'll bring up Jared Denning, tied with the team lead in 16 RBIs with Roberto Diaz, who's getting the day off today.
And Jared is a very patient hitter, has very good discipline, and probably the best eye on the team, I would say.
As that one hits Denning in the leg. So he'll get on 2 outs still, and that'll bring up Kyle Krebs.
Not really the way you want to get on base, but, you know, you'll take what you get.
Exactly.
Yeah, Denning wants to hit. So he seems a little frustrated, and, you know, he has an on-base percentage of .519. You know, he's hitting .354. Has gone down a little bit as of late, but that on-base percentage is still up there, and also leading the team with 27 walks.
Yeah, like I said, his eye, his discipline, very strong at this community college level.
So that first pitch to Krebs is in there for a strike. At that slow, almost slurve action from Elliott.
It's got to be tough, going back to Jared Denning, when you're probably not going to be pitched you're going to be pitched very carefully.
As that hits Krebs, and that's right in the hand, and he's shaken up just a bit.
Yeah, and it seems like it's not a Solano baseball game until Kyle Krebs gets a bruise. So him getting hit in the game.
Next up to bat.
It loads the bases,
Second
so
baseman,
it's up to Gabe
number
Caravantes to
13.
capitalize here.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You know, you're gonna take a hit, but you know, on the bright side, you do get the bases loaded.
Yeah, 2 runners in scoring position now, and you're trailing 2-0.
Very.
So with there being 2 outs, Jared Denny's going to get a great jump over there at second base. So if Caravantes can maybe find a gap, tie this game up.
Yeah, we're seeing Caravantes get a lot more playing time as of late. Is the backup catcher for Denning when he gets the day off behind the dish and playing second base today. Just guy can do it all for the Solano team.
Craig Biggio action.
Yeah. First pitch breaking ball in there for a strike. We've seen so far in the first inning from Elliott pitches backwards. So
yeah.
Interesting move to start off the game, but you know that keeps the hitters honest and guessing up there at the plate.
And we've seen pitchers like that face Solano recently.
Does that looked like a fastball that came back in the zone? 0-2, questionable call. Caravantes looked to be disagreeing with that one.
Yeah, he'll look to protect now, down 0-2 with the bases loaded. So we'll see what his 2-strike approach is here.
See if he can shorten up, maybe get some as he swings and misses on the breaking ball to end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 2 hit by pitches, 3 left on base for the Falcons as we head to the top of the second.
Hi, this is Andy Chase on the Solano College Sports Network, here to give you a quick update on A's baseball. The season kicks off against the Los Angeles Angels. The A's record last year was 75-87, so they're definitely looking to improve on that. Some players to watch this year are left fielder Chris Davis, who in his first 2 seasons with the A's has hit 40-plus home runs each year. Next, a young third baseman, Matt Chapman, who has Golden Glove winner written all over him. And lastly, a young first baseman, Matt Olson, who had 24 home runs in just 59 games played. The A's are hoping these young stars propel them into the playoff hunt this year and many more to come. This has been Andy Chase getting you caught up in sports.
Welcome back. Nick Lucetti, second baseman for the 49ers, will go ahead and lead off the top of the second, looking to add to this 2-0 lead that the Niners have.
Yeah, Lucetti in the game we broadcasted on Tuesday had the big pinch hit. He had his first hit on the season was a triple.
First pitch is in there for a strike from Chana, looking to bounce back from that rough first inning to start off the game.
It drove in the game-winning or game-tying run, one of the two.
Yeah, it says here, Lucetti had the hit, a run, an RBI, and a walk as he just stays alive there.
And that hit got him the start against Solano yesterday. He went 1 for 3, so his 2 hits on the year, both against the Falcons.
Lucetti, one of many, many freshmen on this young Yuba roster. Majority of the Yuba team is a freshman, so they're doing a pretty good job against the veteran Chana.
Yeah, I expect this season to be more of an experience play with such a young team, get familiar with conference play.
Swings and misses on that one. 1 down.
Second strikeout for Chana, both swinging strikeouts, so that brings up David Miller, the catcher, giving Schnitzes the day off, who's the typical catcher for the Yuba 49ers. Miller only has 12 at-bats, 4 hits in the 12 at-bats, though.
That first pitch to him is in there for a strike, so nice job from Chana starting out the first 2 batters of the top of the second for a strike. 1-1.
Only 1 RBI for Miller, as well as 3 strikeouts in those 12 at-bats.
The 1-1. That check swing gets a piece of it from Miller. 1-2 the count.
And it's important for China to take advantage of the bottom of the lineup with 7, 8, 9 due up in this half inning. And we talked about Schoenberger at the top. He has produced runs as a leadoff hitter, so it's important to have a clean inning here.
That's a chopper. In comes Corral. Let's see if he can make the play. He does for the second out. Nice job.
And Corral at the shortstop position. We were talking before the game, Roberto Diaz over at shortstop getting the day off. We were talking about different defensive alignments, and I thought Corral has experience at shortstop last year. Typically, we've seen him more at third and second this year, but here, very comfortable at that position with that slow chopper.
Yeah, we've seen Corral all over the place. Second, third, short, outfield even. A lot of players. I think that's what one thing is that's driven him out to right field. Salempa has a lot of flexibility with this team. As that fly ball will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for the 49ers as we head to the bottom of the second.
My name is Jared Denning. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hey fellas, this is Kyle Krebs, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Gregory will go ahead and lead off the bottom of the second. Gregory
number 24
to this game with a
Cody
236
Gregory
average, on base at 354. Also has 10 ribbies on the year. He's been in and out of the lineup for the Falcons, but doing great so far. That first pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah,
Elliott.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
That breaking ball, first pitch, I think we've seen it the past 3-4 hitters maybe even. Starting off with the first pitch breaking ball. Pitching backwards to the Falcons so far.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Gregory's history with the Solano Falcons. Like Chana, this is his third year of the program. He redshirted his freshman year. He actually did a broadcast with us on Solano College Sports Network. I was the play-by-play. He was color commentator.
So it's lined into the gap in left center. Back goes Sorensen. He's not going to get that one. Riding first, heading to second is Gregory. And he'll stay put at second with a leadoff double.
That's Gregory's game, and the 2 years I've seen of him, he has really good gap power, and I think if he takes advantage of this expansive field, he just lives in the gaps.
Number 4.
Yeah, he sees a fastball, he's going to drive it, and that's what he did to Elliott right there. Took advantage and led off with a nice double. See if Dotson, number 8 hitter for the Falcons, can at least move him over to third. And we're seeing Gregory here, as of late, just really picking up his game, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, this his last year in the program. Definitely, that puts that extra chip on your shoulder to perform well, and Gregory has responded. Here in the 7th hole, we've seen him predominantly in the 2-hole, different role in the lineup.
Dotson bunts, but foul.
Yeah, and Dotson will look to bunt sharply to the third baseman, Roy Moore, in order for Gregory to move over to third. It's important for the shortstop, Gaddis, to communicate if there's any sort of wheel play where the shortstop covers.
Doesn't look like it's on, as Gaddis has stayed put at short. But even with the bag is Moore. Check on Gregory at second.
And this is a staple of Solano baseball for years now, sacrificing to move the man an extra 90 feet, especially with no outs. You can pretty much guarantee if there's a runner on base and no outs that there's some sort of sacrifice coming on.
Dotson doesn't show bunt here. That curveball is in for a strike. Comes back in on the inside part of the plate. 0-2.
Yeah, it's tough to take that second strike because that pretty much wipes out the bunt play unless you're very confident in Dotson's bunting abilities.
Yeah, Moore is now back at third. So Dotson's got to protect here as he calls time.
I just want to show Dotson a little bit of love for that play he did in the first inning. He made it look really easy. Even though he bobbled it a bit, he still picked himself up and got the out.
Yeah, it's important for a fielder not to panic in that sort of situation when
Exactly.
you don't field it cleanly. He had a strong throw to get the last out in that first.
He just gets a piece of that one.
Dotson, of course, the younger brother of Joey Dotson, who had a stellar 2-year career at Solano. He's a great center fielder for the Falcons. I believe this is the center fielder the last time that the Falcons made the playoffs, as Chris mentioned in our opener. And I expect Dotson to really work the right side of the infield, maybe try to chop something to the second baseman. That's a way to have a productive out and move Gregory over.
That gets away from Elliott.
Just a bit outside.
Moving to third is Gregory. So now a ground ball can drive in a run for the Falcons.
That was a little better than a bunt.
Yeah.
You know, so now you get a chance to drive in the run.
Now you can get a ribby.
Yep.
So 1-2. Moore is even with Gregory at third. Rest of the infield is back. We'll give up the run. See if Dotson can get something going for the Falcons. Put them on the board. Here's the 1-2. That's a breaking ball. Strike the swing and a miss. One down.
That was great pitching. Breaking ball right down the pipe.
Yeah, and for Dotson, I think that swing was a little too aggressive there with 2 strikes. You really just want to put the barrel on the ball in some sort of way, make Yuba's defense feel some sort of pressure, especially with Dotson's speed. But it was a huge strikeout for Elliott to get that first out.
So now that'll bring up number 9 hitter Isaiah Verrett. That one's fouled. First pitch.
And Verrett is a very similar player to Dotson in that very speedy. If you get some sort of chopper, you're probably going to score Gregory. So when you're down only 2 runs, you might trade that out for a run here.
That one's fouled back.
Either through a sac fly or some sort of slow grounder up the middle or to the right side of the infield. I think you would trade an out for cutting the deficit in half.
He's got to protect here now. It's quickly down 0-2. So we'll see if he can at least get a ground ball to at least score Gregory as he steps out. Here's the 0-2. Fastball just misses on the outside part of the plate. Now with that being said, 1-2 the count, Brian. What do you expect to see from Elliott right here?
Well, it's hard to really predict what he throws. He kind of has a backwards mentality. I would expect maybe a breaking ball here.
Looked like a changeup. Just gets a piece of it is Verrett.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to challenge much with this fastball this afternoon.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of breaking balls, and especially with him being up in the count against these Solano hitters.
It seems like Elliott really wants to steal a strike with that fastball rather than try to blow you away or try to miss a barrel.
Here's the 1-2. We'll do it again, and there's a chopper down the third baseline. Going fair, picks it up, is more in fair territory, so that'll be an infield single for Isaiah Verrett.
A great piece of hitting to to fight that ball off and using his speed, that slow trickler down that third base line. We saw Chana make a similar sort of play when it's so quick. You have to make a decision. Is it going to go foul? Is it going to go fair? But Moore fielded it in fair territory, so Verrett able to reach base safely.
Verrett using his speed too, putting some pressure on the infield. The third baseman would have had a very, very hard time.
So top of the order we go, and Aaron Corral, 1 out, still runners at the corners. And you might see Verrett take off here, 8 stolen bags on the season.
Yeah, that's just what I was about to say. And
there he goes. Breaking ball, in for a ball. Here's the throw, and not in time. So Verrett works his 9th stolen base on the year. Double play is now out of the picture. Runners at second and third.
He almost got too good of a jump, as it almost looked like he stopped for a second, but realized if Elliott had been paying more close attention, he could have been picked off there. But a huge stolen bag as it eliminates the double play.
That curveball doesn't quite get back in. 2-0.
Miller had a good throw to second. It was just a little high.
Yeah, that catcher exchange. Jared Denny, we get the luxury. He makes it look so easy, but very difficult, especially for the backup catcher as well for Yuba.
It's a lot of pressure, especially with that being Verrett, who's among the top 5 in the Bay Valley Conference in stolen bases. So
must be the color blue with all that Contra Costa and Solano.
Contra Costa, yeah, they have three guys, I want to say, that are top five in Bay Valley Conference. So just extraordinary, to say the least. That one finds the zone, 3-1. And that Elliott, surprised he didn't just put Corral on at this point, set up the double play ball with Brown on deck.
Yeah, but I don't think Corral's complaining. He gets a chance to hit here 3-1. Maybe look to unload one.
See if he gets a fastball. It does, but it's in the dirt. And Miller had a hard time finding that at first. That was at his feet the entire time. So bases are now juiced for Justin Brown, who had that nice shot into center, but robbed of an extra base hit from Gage Sorensen out in center. So we'll see if Brown can find his pitch once again and do some damage here.
This is the second time this game that Solano has managed to put all their runners on base, so hopefully they can capitalize on this one.
Yeah, bases loaded for the second inning in a row.
First pitch to Brown, ground ball in the hole, and nice stop from Gaddis. Able to save a run, because if that went in the outfield, Verrett looked like he was going to score.
Yeah, that was a very nice place for Gaddis, stopping that ball from going into the outfield. Saved a couple runs.
Number 11.
So an RBI single for Justin Brown, and that'll put him, first pitch to Brown, ground ball, 13 ribbies on the season. Still 1 out, bases are juiced, and that'll bring up big power hitter Nate Gutierrez.
It's impressive that Brown has so many RBIs in probably half the playing time. That ball misses for ball 1. To have 13 RBIs when you're only playing probably every other game, if that. He really started out the season as everyday lineup player, but his playing time has gone down.
Ground ball to Lucetti, and that is off of him. So that'll be an E4 as Verrett scores.
Lucetti just having like troubles picking up that ball.
Number 21.
Coming from a former second baseman myself, I can tell you that those plays, they look easy, but when the ball's coming at you, the pressure starts to get on. Easy mistakes like that can happen.
Yeah, it looked like he took his eye off the ball, just too anxious to turn that double play, and just a simple mental error, I think more so than a physical error. Mental error that led to the physical error.
So bases are juiced for Jared Denning, and this is where the Falcons can do some serious damage. 2-2 the ball game now, and Denning with a 2 RBI opportunity, and could easily turn into a 4 RBI opportunity for him.
Still no wind.
That's ground ball off the leg into right field of Ramos. Here comes Brown. On his way to third is Gutierrez, so a 2 RBI single for Jared Denning puts the Falcons on the board once again, 4-2.
Again, the Falcons doing a lot of simple hitting, They could have wanted a home run, get a grand slam, but that single drove in those runs.
number 20.
Yeah, great job by Jared Denning to square up that ball and just hit sharply off the leg of Ramos. So the Falcons are cooking here, have taken the lead 4-2.
Nice piece of base running from Gutierrez. Heads up play there, was able to move to third on that one. That'll bring up Krebs, who got hit in the hand his last time up. And that ball gets away from Miller. Here comes Gutierrez trotting in easily, 5-2 now.
Yeah, so the wheels are turning for the Yuba 49ers. Seems to be snowballing, and the Falcons are capitalizing very well here in at the bottom of the second.
Yuba's infield's having lots of trouble fielding their plays in this inning in particular. We'll see if the rest of the game they're like that or if they can improve.
Here's a pitch from Elliott in the dirt. Nice job from Miller, able to keep that one in front of him.
Yeah, this is one of those innings where it feels like everybody's just anxious to get off the field, and they really just need to hammer home the concentration to get these last 2 outs rather than try to think about the rest of the game.
2-0. 3-0.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Krebs as the game wears on, how that hand feels. When you get hit immediately, the adrenaline sort of covers up and masks the pain.
That one's in there, 3-1.
But baseball being 3 hours long, those later innings, it can maybe show up and affect his swing potentially.
Yeah, like when he got hit, it sounded like it hit his bat too, but
it was just how flush it hit him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you get hit in the hand, whether if it's full on or just partially, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, and it could break something. Ask Giants fans.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
Here's the 3-1 to Krebs. That is lined into right, but foul.
Really like that swing on that pitch location. Try to slice it down that right field line, but just a little bit too much slice.
Yeah, not a bad idea going opposite way in this situation.
Look like my golf swing. Way too much slice out of bounds.
So full count to Krebs. Still 1 out. Denning at second. Krebs steps out. So Elliott finally back on the bump. We'll do the 3-2 once again. Checks on Denning. And delivers. That's popped up towards the right field fence, but out of play. Running out of room is Ramos.
Foul ball into the cartoon seagulls.
That's, what is that from?
Finding Nemo.
That's what it is. For some reason, I don't know why, but I think of the penguins every time I think of that from Madagascar.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's cartoon birds.
Yeah.
The 3-2. Lined up the middle, and nice play from Luchetti. Able to keep that from a base hit. Nice diving stop. 2 down now.
That was a great play by Luchetti. Really redeemed himself for the error earlier in the inning.
And for Krebs, as a productive out, we were talking about productive outs in the Barrett at-bat. That's a type of at-bat I really like to see. It's those little things in baseball to think back up the middle and towards the right side when there's a runner at second. That way that runner at second can at least move up at that extra 90 feet.
So here's Caravantes. That's a ground ball to Gaddis to end the inning. So Falcons jump on the board for the first time and able to take the lead on it, 5-2, as we head to the top of the third.
Hi, I'm Cody Gregory, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hey, this is Nick Dodson. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Schoenberger will lead off the top of the third for the 49ers. Falcons, nice job in taking the lead and getting to Elliott there in the bottom of the second. 5-2 ball game in the third inning, top of the order for the 49ers. First pitch is low.
Yeah, China will look for a shutdown inning after the Falcons offense got him 5 runs. Nice 3-run cushion for Chana. Needs to get Schoenberger out, I think.
That one hits the top of the zone right at the belt. 1-1.
Schoenberger led off the game with the walk, came around to score. Definitely don't want that leadoff runner to reach base if you're Chana.
Yeah, had a nice bounce back inning. Last inning. That's a ground ball right to Dotson over there at third base for the first out.
Yeah, nice sharply hit to Dotson. Easy one hopper. Took his time. Strong throw. Chana got that crucial first out.
And this is where we see really a true test for pitchers that sit long when their offense is out there for a while. And Chana, first time around right here. Nice job in getting Schoenberger for the first out.
Yeah, it's important for Chana to reestablish his control because when your offense, they get you 5 runs, but such a long half inning.
So that hits the outside, 1-1.
Such a long half inning can really mess with your control, mess with your rhythm on the mound.
Swung on and missed from Sorensen, 1-2.
Yeah, seeing your offense put up all those runs, it's nice, but when you get back on the bump, it's another story.
Yeah.
See what Chana throws here. That curveball still has yet to find the groove for that curveball.
He has been missing up and either in or out, depending on the right or left-handed hitters.
Fastball driven up the middle for a base hit. So nice piece of hitting from Sorensen. Base hit with 1 out. I'll bring up Andrew Schnitzis.
And for Sorensen, we talked about 2-strike approaches already in this game. That was a very good one, thinking right back up the middle. Really quiet, easy swing, straight back up the box.
Right where it came from. So Schnitzis struck out his last time up, one of the 2 strikeout victims from Chana. The first pitch, that's fisted, fouled right back into the netting. See if the Falcons can get another 1-2-3 inning as Chana looks to be settling in, getting real comfortable up there on the mound.
And his defense behind him, Dotson playing in on the grass at third. Middle of the field playing double play depth.
Here's the 0-1. That's fouled once again, 0-2.
You guys mentioned that Chana's breaking ball is a little out of whack right now, but once he gets that down, his breaking ball and his fastball is going to be a really, really good combination later in the game.
Yeah, and absolutely. I think as the game goes on, Coach Robbie Rogers, the pitching coach, Coach Salampa, and maybe even Jared Denning can maybe tweak the arm angle or the release because it seems that might be the issue.
That one's outside. Look to catch Schnitzis reaching out of the zone, 2-2.
And we saw Sorensen's speed out in center defensively, so you got to believe he has some speed on the base paths as well.
That one's up. Yeah, Sorensen only coming in the game with 1 stolen bag on the year, and don't think he wants to attempt to try for that second one. Jared Denning behind the plate.
Yeah, we talked about the exchanges. Jared does about as well as he can.
And just gets back is Sorensen. Nice pickoff move from Chana up there on the mound.
The second close call we've seen from Chana on that pickoff move. He definitely, what we've talked in the past baseball broadcasts, you have your A move and your B move. He has his A move working this afternoon. If those 49ers base runners aren't careful,
there goes Sorensen, swung on and missed Ish Schnitzis. So he is out. As Sorensen will move on over to second. Schnitzes thought he was able to move to first on a drop third, but first base was occupied.
Exactly.
So 2 down, and that'll bring up Aiden Gums.
A protective out nonetheless.
Yeah.
And that looked, I mean, 2-2 count. It looked like Schnitzes was swinging because of a hit and run that might have been called on, because that was that's just an interesting move from head coach Ryan Evangelo of Yuba to call for a hit and run 2-2. That's in the right center gap, but there is Verrett to end the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. Falcons in the bottom half.
Welcome to the Sports Update on the Solano College Sports Network. I'm Stephen Babb. As Major League Baseball starts the 2018 season, teams are optimistic with playoff hopes and World Series aspirations. The 2 local teams and their fans can add one more thing to their list of goals. During the traditional last spring training warm-up between the San Francisco Giants and the Oakland Athletics, the 2 organizations, along with NBC Sports, announced a new trophy called the Bridge, which will go to the winner of the regular season series between the 2 clubs. The Giants and A's will play 2 3-game sets, one before the All-Star break and again right after to start the second half of the season. The idea of the Bridge Trophy came from NBC Sports insider Brody Brazil. The trophy will be made out of reclaimed steel from the old eastern span of the Bay Bridge that connected San Francisco and Oakland. So with playoffs, pennants, and the World Series trophy, the San Francisco Giants and Oakland A's will have something else to play for this season, the Bridge Trophy and the Battle of the Bay bragging rights. That will do it for this sports update. For the Solano College Sports Network, I'm Stephen Babb.
Cody Gregory will lead off the bottom of the third. Had that nice line drive double into the gap and left to lead off the big inning for the Falcons last inning. See if he can do it again.
And that big inning, that was the only extra base hit for the Falcons as well. It's really a collective effort that last half inning.
First pitch is low. And Gregory with the stirrups today. Haven't seen much of that from him this season. Going with the old school.
Maybe the stirrups are the reason for the power.
That's ground ball, just fouled down the bag at third.
He is putting good swings on Elliott. He's not being fooled at all.
Jumping on those fastballs when he's gotten one. And I can't remember, was it the first pitch to him last inning when he doubled?
No, it was a 1-1 count.
1-1, okay. So deja vu once again, 1-1. Let's see if Elliott learned his lesson and doesn't throw a fastball here. We'll see. The pitch. That looked like a changeup. Might have taken a little bit off of that one. 2-1.
Yeah, and I know with Gregory's swing, if Elliott floats something over the outer half, don't be surprised if he goes opposite field.
In the dirt. Hitters count now 3-1. Gregory can look for his pitch and his pitch only.
And so this is your count where you expect the fastball. So this is Elliott's opportunity to maybe change things up and throw maybe that changeup.
Does throw the fastball, but for a ball, so leadoff walk for Gregory. And that'll bring up Dotson, who struck out his last time up.
Yeah, and Elliott cannot live on 3-1 counts. That's not his game. He wants to jump ahead of hitters by keeping them off guard and pitching
4,
unconventionally. He doesn't want to get into predictable situations where you know he's going to throw a fastball because his fastball is probably not going to be his best out pitch.
Yes, since even during the last inning when as a pickoff attempt gets back as Gregory. Even last inning, I mean, the first, I think you could say, 6-7 hitters for the game really was pitching backwards, but when he started getting in trouble last inning, he kind of resorted to the basic, fastball first pitch, fastball to, when he's behind in the count. And, I think you could tell that he lost his confidence up there on the mound just a little bit as that gets away from Miller. Hits second is Gregory. Would you give him a stolen base on that one?
I would.
Yeah. Thought so. So it wasn't too crazy of a pitch. I think that might have been just a off the glove.
Yeah, there's a lot of glove for
Miller.
it to be. And I don't think it was a pass ball either. It was just a pitch low in the dirt. I think Gregory would have stolen it clean.
Yeah, so Gregory, that'll be his second stolen bag on the year as that breaking ball floats in. 0-2 to Dodson. Once again, let's see if he can make up just like last time as he was down 0-2. Maybe get a productive.
Have we seen Dodson with glasses?
No, we haven't.
I was about to say that because he looked kind of unfamiliar.
He kind of looks like Luke Noble with the number 4 and the glasses
He
from
does.
last year.
He just needs that big beard. And he did go around, says the home plate umpire, so drop third strike, 2-3 put out for Dodson. 1 down.
Up to bat.
So that's Dodson's second strikeout. Third of the game for Elliott.
3, Isaiah Barrett.
So Barrett up now with an RBI opportunity. Single that came around to score last inning.
Yeah, we talked about deja vu in the second inning. Gregory was on second when Barrett was at bat with 1 out. Here, same situation.
Slider in there. 0-1. See if Elliott can keep Gregory where he's at second and have a nice bounce back inning. Keep the 49ers in the game. The 0-1. There goes Gregory. Here's a throw from Miller, and that's an errant throw as Gregory will work another stolen back.
The wheels on Gregory. That's the element of his game we haven't seen too much of. But he stole second and he stole third. He had a huge jump there. He obviously sees something with Elliott. He sees Elliott, well, it seems like everything.
Yeah.
In the batter's box with his first move to home plate.
And you don't have to have the the lightning speed that's speared right over the head of Salampa. But as I was saying, you don't need to have that electric speed all the time. I mean, Gregory doesn't have bad speed, but he doesn't have the electric speed in, say,
Like
Barrett.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a matter of getting that timing on that stolen base. And from the 2 that he's had just this inning, you could tell that he sees Elliott good in both base running and hitting.
That's that baseball IQ, that intangible that you can't really measure in a baseball player.
Fastball gets away from Elliott. Just showing that baseball's smart, really putting his team in a prime-time situation here. Now a ground ball could easily bring in Gregory if Red just gets, something going. So 2-2 the count, the pitch, inside. Full count now.
I was mentioning before this happening during our break that no activity in the Yuba bullpen. A little surprising. Not sure how much more of a leash that Elliott will have.
It's the 3-2. That is up and a walk for Verrett. So nice eye from him. Runners at the corners now, and that'll bring it back to the top of the order. And Aaron Corral walked and came around to score in
number 10,
the 5-run inning last inning.
Aaron Corral.
So this inning is very reminiscent of the last half inning because Corral up with 2 men on again, looking to either drive home Gregory or maybe get on and have the bases loaded for Brown. Just continue that last half inning.
Yeah.
A little bit of deja vu. So let's see what Corral can do.
Oh, you rhymed.
He did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Actually did not intend to be honest with you. I didn't pull a Brian.
Did not intend to.
Wow.
That rhymes with that as well.
All right, Brian.
He's trying to promote his mixtape, guys.
I know.
Now Brian's the pun master, the rhyming master.
You just did.
I
mean,
I'm not even intending to. I'm not even intending to.
See, he's so
but-
good.
Yeah.
He just comes out.
Casually.
Comes out naturally. You have another Eminem in the booth.
Do it with your last name.
Oh, that's
And then I'll be very impressed.
Yeah, that's something else right there. Are we gonna be able to see any of those puns today, though?
Oh, we'll see. It needs
I
to
was
happen
looking forward to
organically.
them.
It has to happen organically,
Oh, you can't force them.
There goes Verrett. And that's going to be squibbling back into fair territory. So just an unfortunate play for Corral. That was nubbed off the end of the bat, and the dirt just trickled its way, the ball, I should say, back into fair play. And Ramos over there at first fielded it right on the bag.
That's just baseball. You know, you'll get humbled really quick in this game.
Hit off the end of the bat, had that funky spin to it. Unfortunate break, but was a productive out. Moved the runner into scoring position of Verrett, and with the speed of Verrett at second, Brown, if he gets a hit, should score too.
So Brown had that RBI single last inning. We've seen Elliott so far pretty well. That's flown into center field. Back of Sorensen battling the sun and makes the play to end the inning. So the Falcons leave 2 on the bases. No runs, no hits, no errors. So we head to the top of the 4th.
Hey ladies, I'm Isaiah Verrett. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jordan Chana, and thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Ramos will go ahead and lead off the top of the 4th for the 49ers. Had an RBI base hit in the first to give the Niners back then a lead. As that's driven out to right field. That is high, that is far, and that is off the top of the wall. And Ramos is going to second, heading there standing up as he thought that one was heading over as he started to do the home run trot.
Yeah. Well, it took a little easy there on the base paths, and that you could see Yuba's entire dugout kind of lift up out of the dugout and try to see how far that one was going to go, but hit high off that wall. And fortunate for Toronto, that one stayed in the park.
It sounded like a home run for sure.
It looked it too, and everyone thought it was. And Ramos, I mean, right off the bat, it was one of those where he could do it because either way, you know, the Falcons luckily were playing towards, you know, cutting it off to third. Chana does a little move to check on Ramos at second, but it was the in-betweener to where he could get away with it just because of the, you know, where the ball was placed and hit at. As you see that in the majors, sometimes a guy does that, and it ends up being a long single. That high fastball is fouled back out of play.
Even if he would have started running like really fast out of the box, I don't think he would have got past second anyway. He would have got cut off, and he would have got gunned down at third.
Yeah, credit Krebs for playing that bounce off the wall very well and getting into Caravante as a cutoff man very quickly.
Pitch from Chana, ground ball, chopper into left field for a base hit. Getting the stop sign is Ramos. And a throw home, nice job from Denning. Able to get that one from bouncing over him. So base hit, 4 more. Runners at the corners now, still no out.
Yeah, fortunate that Moore didn't really check on the flight of that ball as Gregory overthrew his cutoff man, Dodson. But Denning was there to back him up. So runners at the corners, no out, and Luchetti will look to drive home and have another crucial hit in the series.
Luchetti struck out his last time up. See if he can bounce back from that one. First pitch is low.
I want to say if Corral wasn't holding on to the runner at second, maybe he would have got a good play to get an out. But
yeah, it's the benefit of having that runner on the base paths.
As that gets away from Denning. Coming home is Ramos and standing up and scoring. So 5-3 ball game now. And it looked like the Chana and Denning might have got crossed up on what pitch that was.
Yeah, you don't see Denning completely whiff on a ball too often, so there's probably some sort of miscommunication.
So still an RBI opportunity for Luchetti. Man at second and more. Dotson in on the bag at third. Gutierrez even with the bag at first. So Falcons playing for a bunt. See if Luchetti does, and was showing. Gave himself away right there. As Chada did a nice little move to check on Moore at second.
Yeah, that's the benefit of that little move to second is that Luchetti just tipped his hand. So Dotson going to be very well aware of what's going to happen here.
Luchetti shows bunt last second, luckily for a ball. As Chana did that high leg kick to really pause and see if making sure Luchetti was going to show bunt. 3-0 the count. Might as well put him on, set up the double play ball. Luchetti shows bunt, and that one's in for a strike.
Yeah, Luchetti kind of ducked him, make it look like he went over him, but definitely in the strike zone.
Make that strike zone seem smaller, but, you know, that's what happens in Little League. A lot of people, I remember playing, a lot of people got away with that just because they were so small. And that one's for a ball, so I'll put Luchetti on base on balls. First and second, one down. I'll bring up catcher David Miller. Yeah, that was just, I couldn't do that because I was always the taller one out of my age group growing up. But, you know, the smaller guys, they could easily just kneel down, you know, and their kneel down was maybe an inch, if that, and ended up being a ball. So now Miller shows bunt, opens up, really giving it out there. That fastball is bunted foul. And the 49ers having a hard time getting the bunt down today.
Yeah, Miller, I just love the approach in comparison to Luchetti. Luchetti's trying to, you know, deke Chana into thinking that he's not going to bunt, but Miller, as soon as he steps in, just starts the most wide open stance.
Yeah, Miller will let you know out of the gate that, oh, yeah, I'm going to bunt.
So it shows it again. Gutierrez charging in. Looks like Dotson will go ahead and play back, and that's bunted foul into the netting. As Miller just, it doesn't look like he's had much bunting experience. No harm to him, but you know, really shown right here in the first two pitches, especially on that breaking ball.
It really looks like his face is over the home plate, and he's like looking to see, is it in the strike zone?
I mean, he's opening up like he wants to bunt to third, but it's almost too open to the fact that he can't get as he pulls around and tries to slash that one, but off the fist, luckily, to get a piece of that. Stays alive as he'll walk down to Evangelo, his head baseball coach, and have a talk with him real quick. Putting the arm around him, giving him a nice little pep talk. What do you think he's saying to him right now?
He's probably saying, come on, man, just a bunt.
So see if Miller got that wake-up call from his head coach. As it looks to be, the bunt is still on, as he gave a couple signs there. 0-2 count, kind of surprised, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's choking up real good on that bat. So maybe try the slash play one more time.
But if he's confident he can put it down.
He's squatting real low there. It does indeed bunt. That popped up right to Chana. As just gets back is Luchetti. Just a weird series of events right there, that bat.
Yep, that's baseball. I thought Chana could have taken off his hat and caught it in his hat.
You know,
that little magic trick.
Yeah.
You know that's a ground rule triple.
If you catch it in your hat?
if you catch it with your hat.
Really?
Yeah, that's like one of the weird baseball facts. Yeah.
Well, glad he didn't do that then.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So 1 down. That'll bring up number 9 hitter Weston Gaddis. Looking to hopefully do the job that Miller was supposed to do. First pitch is low.
Yeah, and with Schoenberger on deck, Gaddis is definitely in a sacrifice situation to put 2 runners in scoring position for their best hitter.
Chana sets. Yeah, if Chana wants to get out of this inning, and with a lot less pressure on him, he's going to have to go to Gaddis right here, try to get the double play ball, and not turn it over to the top of the order and Schoenberger.
And that was a great setup pitch, too, with that fastball in the inside corner. Now he has that outside as part of the strike zone to try to get Gaddis to top something over to one of his middle infielders.
Yeah, maybe even throw a fastball in on the hands again, or
to jam him,
catch him out in front on a breaking ball outside, which he tries to do, but once again, that curveball is up in the zone for a ball. Really hasn't got that snap going yet, but Chana does look to be, comfortable out there on the mound. Just that one pitch, he's going with the fastball changeup repertoire so far, but still trying to mix in the curveball, which he can because of the 5-3 lead. As that's a line drive off the glove of Chana. Let's see if they can turn 2. There's 1, and no throw over to first, so fielder's choice. 2 down now. Nice job from Caravantes at second, able to keep his composure, throw to Corral for the second out.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on Caravantes on that play, especially when it tipped off the glove of Chana.
Yeah, Chana almost snagged that one and almost had the double play himself because of the secondary lead of both base runners. Now expecting that comebacker to be caught by the pitcher, would have frozen those runners. But you get at least 1 out, so it's really up to Chana. You have a base to play with as well, so you don't necessarily have to challenge Schoenberger right away.
So first pitch to Schoenberger for a strike, and that last play will be a 1-4-6 fielder's choice because that hit off the glove of Chana.
I just want to give Caravantes a lot of props for that play, because a lot of times when you see a line drive being hit at you, you're focused on the line drive, but then the pitcher tips it with his glove, and then he kind of gets you out of whack.
That's a major league flyout right there from Schoenberger. That'll end the inning. So nice job from Chana, able to keep his composure, limit the damage to just 1 run there at the top of the 4th as we head to the bottom half. Gutierrez, Denning, and Krebs. Gutierrez will go ahead and lead off the bottom of the 4th. 5-3 ball game. Falcons up. Elliott still out there on the mound, so his head coach showing a lot of confidence in him. That first pitch to Gutierrez is outside.
Gutierrez has reached base twice. 1 via the single, 1 through an error. So 1 for 2 with a run scored.
Swung on and missed. Looked like a little bit of tail to that one. Swing over the top of that. 1-1.
Yeah, if that was a fastball, that one would have traveled pretty far.
Might have been number 6 on the year for Gutierrez. That 1-1 ground ball, and fielding it is Ramos. Throws it to his pitcher for the first out.
A little high throw by the first baseman, but still got the out.
Yeah,
So-
Gutierrez's game speed's probably
Up to the
not
plate.
at the top of his
Catcher.
tool set.
Number 21.
Nice easy ground ball at
Jared
first. I mean,
Denny.
99.9% of the time you're going to have someone run it out like
yeah.
that.
Plus, he hits it so hard.
Exactly.
I'd have a little pressure on me, though, if I saw Gutierrez running at me, though.
Former football player over
Yeah.
at American Canyon.
So one down, and that'll bring up Denning, who had a 2 RBI base hit, hard hit line drive off of Ramos's leg at first. That one's low.
He also was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance, 1 for 1.
The on-base percentage is skyrocketing.
Bonds-like, if you will.
Yeah, 27 walks on this. I mean, he's almost even with the amount of hits and walks he has. Just absolutely unheard of.
Yeah, whenever your on-base percentage is above 500, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
519,
Yeah.
I mean.
And it's going up.
I want to check on that in the Bay Valley because that they don't have that specific stat on there. You got to look at that, but that I wouldn't be surprised if he's leading BVC.
Oh,
So that's in there for a strike. Denning thought it was ball 4.
I think Denning and everybody else in the whole stadium thought it
Yeah.
was ball 4, but
My scorebook has the first B base on balls as going to right that walk.
Here's the 3-1. Lined up the middle, right over the head, and Elliott and Denning says, "There you go."
I'm taking my first base, and man, got scared for Elliott for a second.
Yeah.
His life flashed before his eyes.
Right fielder.
I think Denning would have rather had that hit than a walk.
Correct.
Get that batting average up. Kyle Krebs is now at the plate, grounded out to Luchetti over there at second his last time up.
Krebs was hit by a pitch in his first at bat as well, so 0 for 1.
Krebs had a big day yesterday. 3 for 5. Came around to score just once, but 3 RBIs going along with that. A hit and run, chop it short. Let's see if Gaddis can make the throw and cross the diamond and gets Krebs for the out.
What an amazing play by Weston Gaddis over there at short. He's
Next
not
up
the
to bat.
biggest of shortstops, so he had to
Second
use
baseman.
all of his range to
Number
get to that
13.
ball, and he put a
Gabe
strong throw on that one to get
Caravantes.
Krebs.
Yeah, just Gaddis shot, uses cannon to gun him down at first base. That was a very impressive play.
3
If he would've jumped, it
RBIs
would've been
going
Keith
along with that
Carey.
hit
Oh,
and run,
yeah.
chop it short.
Gonna make Jerry Dieter look like an amateur.
Big shout out to Derek Jeter. He was at the game yesterday for the Marlins.
Yeah.
And actually, I think they had him on the air for maybe, I think, a half inning or so.
Yeah, a lot of Marlins fans not really happy with him.
No.
But
I don't blame him, to be honest with you. But, I mean, everyone's got their own way of doing things. And Jeter, you know, people say, you know, the whole Giancarlo trade.
Oh, yeah, he buys the Miami Marlins just to trade
Yeah,
Giancarlo
just,
to the Yankees. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't think so. I mean, I think he was just trying to,
Nah,
to
of course
buy,
not. No.
to, you know,
You're
get the
taking,
most.
Yeah, you're taking over for an old regime that had really bad contracts. With
Yeah.
Really bad.
Wei Yin Chen.
They had bad contracts, but they had solid players.
They
That if they would have like invested a little bit more in their relief pitching, they would have made the playoffs for sure. But
And I think that team took a downward spiral, especially after the fact and after the fact and unfortunate death of Fernandez that happened towards the end of the season. I believe it was in 2016. That ground ball to Gaddis will end the inning. So the Falcons strand Denning over there at second as we head to the top of the 5th.
This is Ashley Ching, Miss Fairfield with Solano College Sports Network. Women and girls ages 12 to married are invited to a free pageant orientation. Training will be at 1 p.m. on Sunday, April 15 at 1125 Missouri Street. Solano County Pageants is a development program improving skills in public speech, community service, and presentation. Competition weekend will take place May 18th through the 20th. Be the best version of you. Check out Solano County Pageants. This is Ashley Ching, Miss Fairfield, with Solano College Sports Network.
Sorensen will go ahead and lead off the top of the 5th. Chana still out there on the mound for the Falcons. First pitch from him. Fastball in for a strike.
Yeah, we're talking about some of the struggles with the breaking ball, but that inside fastball has been very excellent for Chana this afternoon.
Curveball finds it right there. 0-2 the count.
That's what I'm saying. Once he gets that curveball going and he gets the fastball going,
it's a great combination.
That's a very good combination.
Just the 0-2 looked like a changeup. Just gets a piece of it that's chopped down the third baseline. Foul.
And you don't see that too much in community college. Guys going aggressively on the inside part. Guys lack control and they would hit batters. But Chana has done an excellent job of commanding that fastball in the inside corner.
I feel like that's, like you just said, that's a part of the game where I think we don't see a lot of is the inside, establishing that inside part of the plate and moving outside with, the breaking ball or even a changeup, as that's flown out to Verrett for the first out. But, I mean, you establish that inside part of the plate, you really keep those hitters honest, maybe back them up a little bit, and then that's when you can throw that changeup tailing away outside, and even that slider, curveball, whatever you have in your repertoire, to get those hitters really guessing of what you're going to go throw up there.
Exactly, because they're back on their heels because they don't want to get brushed back or they're anticipating something inside. But if you throw something on the outside, now they're on their toes and they don't have their balance.
That's line past Dotson over there at third base for a base hit. So first pitch swinging from Schnitzes.
Yeah, like setting up the inside part of the plate is good, but like how we seen with Elliott today, some of his inside pitches did go a little too far and hit a couple of Falcons. So it could go up, and then it could also be down for you, Tim.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of guys are, I wouldn't say scared, but kind of hesitant to move to the inside part of the plate because there's always that fear of hitting those hitters. First pitch ground ball. Let's see if the Falcons can turn 2. There's 1 and no throw. As a nice slide from Schnitzes was able to break up the double play. 2 down now.
Yeah, sometimes the part of the game that doesn't show up in the box score is when not to make a play. And there, Corral with the base runner Schnitzes bearing down on him at second base. I think it was wise for him to eat that ball and not try to do too much and cause a throwing error, put that man in scoring position when you have the lead here. 2-run lead in the 5th inning.
Yeah, the Falcons foul territory a bit more than the typical, as that one gets away from Gutierrez, and there it goes down the right field line, getting the wave on over to third, and in there is Gums. So that'll be an E1. Gums heads to third with 2 down now. RBI opportunity.
We've seen Gutierrez make some great plays at first base, but there the ball just got away from him.
Yeah, I think that might have been an errant throw as well from Chana. Maybe just Gutierrez not expecting that over there at first. But nonetheless, 2 down. Now runner at third base for Ramos, who had that big double just shy of a home run his last time up.
There is a runner on third base, but Chana needs to remember there is 2 outs. So pop fly, ground ball, and you're out of the inning, no problem.
Yeah, it's up to Ramos to really make him pay with 2 outs. He did in the first inning with that RBI single, and he also doubled and scored.
That's nubbed off the end of the bat, foul down the third baseline. Evens it up at 2-2.
So far, Ramos has been the most productive 49er with those 2 hits, the RBI and the run scored. a commanding count 0-2. I expect probably an outside fastball. Try to get him to chase.
And maybe a changeup low and away, as Ramos has shown that he can hit that inside fastball. And just like that, there's a changeup, but outside, maybe even a setup pitch here. Machado can go, you know, fastball up, fastball in on the hands. You know,
yeah,
back foot curveball.
Fastball in, I would say.
And there's a changeup and off the outside, 2-2 now.
Yeah, he backed it up with the pitch a little bit closer. So he has that inside part set up. It's just a matter if he wants to go
soft
there.
away, hard in. Let's see if he does. Trying to set the 2-2. Fastball driven into right field and hung up just enough for Krebs out there and right to end the inning. So nice job from Chana, able to work out of some trouble after that error. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base as we head to the bottom half.
Hi, this is Tyron Salampa. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Next up to bat,
Gregory will go ahead and lead off
left
the
fielder,
bottom of the 5th.
number 24.
He's led off his first 2 at-bats in the 2nd and the 3rd innings. He is 1 for 1 with a double and a walk. He has 1 run scored. Been a great table setter out of the 7-hole. Not your typical position to be your table setter, but nonetheless has done very well.
And showing off his speed with 2 stolen bags. The first pitch misses low.
It's like he woke up this morning and was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to steal a couple bags today.
Feeling like a new man.
Yeah, that's one player that is glad Elliott's back out on the mound.
That one misses just low.
Yuba City's still in this game. It's only a 2-run ball game, so.
Yeah, there's some activity finally in that Yuba bullpen as his right-hander warming up.
Here's the 2-0. That's at the shins once again. Keeping the ball low, not trying to leave anything up in the zone. Get Gregory something up to where he can lift it out of the park. So 3-0 the count. As he'll work a walk to lead off the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, I don't think Elliott wanted any part of Gregory. I think he picked up as well as we did that he's seeing him very well this afternoon. So he was just nibbling around the plate for the 4-pitch walk for Gregory.
So Dotson up at the plate now, looking to change what he's had going for him so far, as he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Change his fortune. Get something going for himself and the Falcons. 2-run lead here in the 5th. Looking to add some insurance. Pick off from Elliott.
Yeah, so expect Elliott to really focus on the base paths and keep Gregory close after he had those 2 great jumps last time he was on the base paths.
Yeah, Dodson has 2 strikeouts on the day, but, you know, very solid game defensively.
Showing bunt, but gets away from Miller. So it's like a bunt even without the bunt happening, as Gregory will move on to second from the wild pitch. And now the Falcons can bunt Gregory on over set up a easier RBI opportunity, as it looks like we have a mound visit for Elliott. Dodson will go ahead and have a chat with Salampa over there at third.
That's really been the story of Yuba so far, is making those little mental mistakes that give the Falcons an extra 90 feet, an extra out. In that second inning where they scored 5, there was wild pitches, there was defensive errors. It's those little things that sort of add up and lead to crooked innings. And so Dotson will look to move Gregory over 90 feet and hope Verrett can score him in with a runner at third and less than 2 outs.
A small ball is, like you said, Brian, earlier in the broadcast, how you could say
the philosophy.
Yeah,
really
the philosophy. I was going to try to throw a pun out there, just couldn't quite get to it. But yeah, just the basic foundation of the Solano team.
You know, like right now I'm looking at the Yuba City bullpen, and it's kind of weird because they actually have a batter warming up with them. I've never really seen that before. It's usually just the pitcher and the catcher.
Yeah, I think that's a tool that they're using to really gauge that inside part of the plate that we were talking about earlier, and some guys just aren't comfortable. So when you're warming up the bullpen, if you have a batter in the right-handed batter's box and you're a right-handed pitcher, you're able to kind of work on your inside command.
And
that warm-up pitch almost
hit the batter.
How'd you like to be that batter?
Oh, man.
I'm just helping you warm up and you get plunked in the head.
So I'm helping you like get your inside corner pitch. Oh,
got brushed back now. It's gonna charge the mound any minute now.
Yeah, if I get hit, if I was one of the warm-up batters, that's a bunt by Dodson, but doesn't get the spin on his side, as that'll go foul.
Man, Dodson was flying down that line though.
Yeah, shut that late, almost a drag bunt, if you will. But yeah, if I was a warm-up batter for that was inside too. If you hit me, you're buying me something after the game. Yeah. Whether that be food.
I feel like it's like if you went 0 for 6, like, oh, yep, you're warm-up batter for tomorrow.
That's a good point. Let's see in the box score who's over. There's nobody too egregious from yesterday's game. I think 0 for 3
that still sucks. Like, I wouldn't want to do that job.
There goes Gregory, and just staying alive, slashing at that. 2-strike approach is Dotson. Might have saved Gregory. Gregory didn't get the best of jump over there at second. So
Gregory's getting a little antsy over there at second base.
And potentially maybe the hit and run was on. Maybe Salampa over at third was wanting to be aggressive and trust the bat of Joey Dotson. Or excuse me, Nick Dotson. That was bound to happen.
The set from Elliott. Keeping him close is Luchetti at second. That's a chopper. Fielding it is Gaddis. And not in time. And pulled off the bag is Ramos. So an infield single for Dotson. Nice speed right there. First and second, no out. And that'll bring up Verrett with maybe a bunt opportunity here.
Isaiah.
And there was a difference. We saw the stellar play from Gaddis throwing out Krebs, but Dotson a much faster runner. So when Gaddis was so far in the hole to make that long throw over from that position in short, Dotson easily beat that one out.
So set is Elliott, and playing the bunt are the Niners. And that's high in the infield. Infield fly rule is in effect for the first out.
Yeah, pretty surprising that Verrett wasn't squaring around a bunt with 2 runners on, nobody out. But Verrett trying to catch everybody off guard and ended up just getting under that ball a little bit too much and popped that one up on the infield.
Verrett getting really aggressive in his at-bats. He swung at the first pitch in almost all of them.
Corral.
So I'll bring the top of the order in Corral, and it looks to be we have a pitching change. And, in fact, we do. So that'll be it for Connor Elliott and the starting performance from him. Nice job, to say the least, just after that rough second inning, was able to bounce back the past 2, but found himself into some trouble here in the bottom of the 5th. And it looks like new pitcher Tyler Minton will go ahead and make his 14th appearance on the year. 19 innings under his belt. Opponents hitting .250 against him. So we'll see how the Falcons respond to that. Some of them might be frustrated just because they were on Elliott all day. In fact, Gregory over there at second, but we'll see how it goes.
So the final stat line for Elliott on the day, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 2 hit batters, 4 walks. He has 3 strikeouts as well, and he's responsible for the runners over at first and second. So his ERA on the afternoon is over 9 with the 5 earned runs in 4 1/3, and it could potentially be even greater.
As you said, the 2 runners on base are responsible for him. 5-3 ballgame. Falcons lead this here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. The bottom of the 5th, Chris Bagley along with Brian Nelson and Omar Rodriguez.
Sorry, when I was tallying the final line, did you give Mitten's stats yet?
For
the new relief pitcher?
Yeah.
Okay. Good job, Chris.
Thanks, Brian.
Way to pick me up there, partner.
I got you, partner. Got you, buddy.
Caught Brian slipping.
Hey, you know, I was focusing on, you know, some stat accumulation.
Yeah, you know. Always got to make it easier on each other.
That's what teammates do. Good communication.
Oh, my bad.
We're like the middle infielders. You know?
Oh, are you? Okay.
You're over in right field, like doing your own thing.
Yeah,
right
I don't know what's going on. I just see you guys talking in your gloves and just like over there with the butterfly. Have you ever seen like bench warmers?
Yeah. Or you just focus on them.
Yeah, he just focus on a butterfly in his glove.
So Minton is ready. Checks and does a little move, doesn't throw over to second, keeping Gregory close over there at second. Doesn't want a 3rd stolen base attempt on them. Minton sets. Kicks and delivers. First pitch from him is low for a ball.
And we talk about some of the erraticism from him over in the bullpen. It'll be interesting to see how that carries over to his actual activity in this game. Corral at the plate is 0 for 2. He flew out to center and grounded out to the first baseman on that nubber, his last at-bat. He's also walked and scored.
It's a pickoff from Minton, but unable to make the catch cleanly is Luchetti at second. Gregory looked to be back either way. Krause will step in. Shows bunt, and going is Gregory, and there goes Dotson, double steal for the Falcons, as I caught everyone by surprise.
Yeah, and it really makes Corral's job a lot easier now with 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out, so you don't have to worry about a double play ending this inning, and now you have 2 ducks on the pond to try to score if you're Corral.
I like that. 2 ducks on the pond.
There you go, Brian with his puns.
That's a chopper up the middle and finds the hole for a base hit. Here comes Dotson, so a 2 RBI single for Aaron Corral extends the lead for the Falcons 7-3.
It was a good piece of hitting right there. Nothing much the shortstop or the second baseman could do to stop that.
Next up to
his
bat,
approach right back up the middle.
Designated hitter.
Just top that one.
Number
going to be past the pitcher and
Justin
split those middle infielders.
Brown.
Yeah, that double steal played into full effect. As if that didn't happen, that chopper might have been a double play ball for the Falcons. But nice piece of hitting for Aaron Corral. Finds his first hit on the day. And the Ribbies extend him as he shows steal, and that's a lob over there to first. Looked like almost an overthrow to Ramos over there.
Great job by Ramos to bail out his pitcher. You know, something I noticed about Brown, he has a new walk-up song, No More This Is Man's World.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with that with
that Linkin Park.
Yeah, that Jay-Z Linkin Park.
Oh, yeah, the little collab that they did.
Check on over to Corral, gets back in time. For Corral, that'll be his 7-8 8th run batted in this season. Minton sets. The 1-0 is in the dirt, 2-0.
Brown is 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a run scored. He's also flown out twice to center field.
Brown, all 3 at-bats, has really shown that he's been on top of the game. As that ball gets away from Ramos into right field, rounding second, heading to third is Corral. He'll be standing up easily. That's an RBI opportunity for Justin Brown with Corral at third from the error.
It's a great spot right now for Brown. Only 1 out, he's got a runner on third.
Yeah, expect him to hit a ball to the outfield, try to get that sac fly.
Yeah, Brown has lots of power, so even if he doesn't hit it out, he just has to get it into the outfield, get a sac fly.
Yeah, we haven't seen the corner outfielder's arms yet. We've seen Sorensen's speed, so tough to gauge because the center fielder's name is Gage, the throwing ability. I had to explain that one.
That's fouled.
I know I'm flapping my gums, and we don't know what these outfitters are gonna. We'll see what they're no. I was gonna say something with Show and Show and Burger, but I gave up.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but then it sounded really dumb in my head. Like, oh, never mind.
I've been trying to figure out how to do Luchetti and Mom Spaghetti in a sentence.
Oh, you can do the Eminem.
Yeah.
Like, knees weak, arms are heavy.
Here's a 3-1 swing and a miss. Nice healthy rip from Brown. Brings it to a full count now. (3-2). Brown just looking for a pitch he can drive in the outfield. Get a nice sac fly under his belt. Here it is. That's a chopper right to Minton. Fields it cleanly for the second out.
Great job by Minton to look back Corral. It'd be so tempting to just hurry up and try to get the out, but he realized he had enough time there to look back Corral and then get the sure out for out number 2.
And really keep his composure out on the mound, because you see that a lot where a pitcher, especially with the runner on third, kind of rushes everything and then ends up throwing, in the dirt over to the first or even an overthrow. So 2 down now. Gutierrez up at the plate looking to extend the inning. Drive in the runner at third as that first pitch is fouled. 0-1.
I wonder if Saad flinched over there at the
Probably.
camera there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Give a shout out to our camera crew with Saad Balazzi and Nicole Requejo, Greg Poff over on the main camera, and then Anthony Williams as well. Hey Anthony, how's it going?
The 0-1 to Goody. Outside 1-1.
And of course our producer Robert Quintero allowed me to be in the booth a little bit more this season.
It's nice having you back in the booth,
Yeah,
Brian.
glad to be back. I'm not doing 3 jobs at once, I'm just doing the one.
It's the 1-1 to Gutierrez. Outside. 2-1.
Good job from Gutierrez to stay composed at the plate. I know it's really tempting to swing, especially when you have a runner on third.
Yeah, with that runner at third, maybe expect a more 2-strike approach, even though he only has 1 strike.
Outside 3-1. Now Gutierrez can look for his pitch here. Denning on deck. Kind of a pick your poison, if you will, with Minton out there on the mound if you want to go after Gutierrez or Denning on deck.
Yeah.
Here's the 3-1. Swung on and missed. Gutierrez knew he missed that. Kind of cringed after that swing and a miss. Full count.
That fastball a little too elevated for really to be driven in that deep, but nonetheless, it looked like a very good pitch.
Minton sets. Here's a 3-2. Ground ball on over to Luchetti. Fields it cleanly this time to end the inning. Falcons able to score 2 more, add to their 5-3 lead, make it 7-3 on the 2 RBI single from Aaron Corral as we head to the top of the 6th.
this is Nikki Requeijo with the Solano College Update. Falcons, bring your friends and family. Don't miss out on having the opportunity to show your talents. Music, poetry, speech, make it as you will at Open Mic Day. This April 11 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the 1400 building lobby. Come show your support and get a free Scantron and be ready for midterm season. This is Nikki Requeijo with your Solano College Update.
Moore will lead off the top of the 6th. Looking to get the 49ers back into this game as they're down now 4 runs, 7-3 ball game here in the top of the 6th. Here's the first pitch from Chana, who's still out there on the mound, giving the Falcons just what they needed, just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, we talked about before the game the strong starts from Natter and Yancey this week. Chana has definitely backed that up with another strong start himself.
That's driven out to left field. Back goes Gregory and making the play for the first out.
So that will bring Ray Moore's afternoon to 1 for 3 with that fly out. Brings out Lucetti, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout.
That was a good job by Gregory, too, catching that ball. Not really that much sun in the air today, in the sky today, excuse me, but nonetheless, good play.
So 1 out. First pitch to Lucetti is in there for a strike. So nice job from Chana, really going after these hitters in Yuba. Here's the 0-1. Look like a little movement of something, or maybe even just a miscommunication on the part, but couldn't quite tell there. 1-1, 2-1.
And Chana looks like he's not missing high anymore with his breaking ball, which is a good sign. So it could have been that pitch before last was maybe a slider or something like that.
It looks like he has a slider and a curveball in his game plan. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, it's definitely beneficial to have 4 pitches for a starting pitcher instead of just the 3.
And especially at this level, too. That's a swing and a miss from Lucetti. 2 down. So. Yeah, especially at this level, you want, I mean, you don't want to over-complicate it with yourself because a lot of guys kind of psych themselves out with, you know, how many pitches they have. They want to throw everything out there. But, you know, if you can get a fastball, a good fastball, a good even slider and a changeup, and then even throwing the, you know, breaking ball, vice versa with the slider, you're looking at a good, you know, time, especially if you can get all 4 of those down in the same game. That's what Chana's been able to do this game.
Yeah, and then if you're Chana, who's had some bullpen experience as well, you can eliminate like one of those pitches, like maybe the curveball, and you just go mainly fastball, slider, and then throw an occasional changeup, or vice versa. Or sorry, fastball, changeup, throw an occasional slider.
Unless you have like an Aroldis Chapman kind of arm, throwing 100 plus.
Yeah, not gonna see that at community college too often.
Yeah, to where you just need 2 pitches.
Yeah,
yeah.
You just need the one.
Just need a fastball.
Honestly, yeah. Here's the 2-1. For a strike, late calls from the umpire. 2-2.
Yeah, very deliberate strike calls for the home plate umpire this afternoon.
Strike zone's been a little wonky too, but
just gets a piece of it is Miller.
I'm trying to think back in my time here broadcasting who the hardest thrower was that I've seen. It might have been over the summer.
Puff Caps?
Yeah.
That team, I remember the guy from Texas. He was a top prospect. That's a ground ball to Corral. Fields it cleaning to Gutierrez to end the inning. So the Falcons retire the side in order 1, 2, 3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
it's more than just sports, it's an education.
Catcher.
Welcome back,
Number
ladies
21.
and gentlemen. 7-3 ball game still here in the bottom of the 6th. For those of you tuning in just now, Jared Denning will lead off the bottom half. Minton still out there for the 49ers, looking to keep the lead where it's at. That first pitch is lined right into the glove of Lucetti. Nice diving play for the first out.
Good reflex from Lucetti, getting a little low and catching that ball.
Yeah, almost snow coned out, but
great
great job by Lucetti to dive towards that sharply hit liner for the first out.
Yeah, that ball wasn't like it was hit like lightly. That was a bullet.
First time Denning is retired as he's now 2 for 3.
First pitch to Krebs is in there for a strike. And that was honestly a nice decision from Denning to swing first pitch fastball because, I mean, like you said earlier too, Denning doesn't really see a lot of those fastballs, and it's a lot of junk, and just putting him on and taking the risk of going to the next guy and try to get the double play.
Yeah, if he gets a pitch in the strike zone, he has to swing at it no matter what because he might not get another pitch to see later in the at-bat.
Especially if it's a fastball like that one was.
Yeah, so Kyle Krebs at the plate with the 1-1 count, looking for his first hit this afternoon.
That's a ground ball for a base hit right to the left of Lucetti into right field. So nice work from Krebs, who just has a silky smooth swing every time.
Especially his opposite field approach. As of late, he's been really locked into that opposite field. And we've seen several singles just like that, splitting the first baseman and the second baseman. So Krebs really heating up in conference play.
Yeah, we've seen that average almost skyrocket from, I would believe he was sitting around maybe just a couple weeks ago. I think it was around 250. So he's batting around after today, probably around the 300, 305 mark. So really stepping up his game.
Yeah, and with Denning's on-base ability, it's important for the guys behind him to make the other team pay, and that's Krebs' role as the 5-hole hitter. So that brings up Gabe Caravantes, who's 0 for 3, a couple groundouts to shortstop Gaddis, and a strikeout as well.
That fastball is out. Back pick from Miller. But back in time. Here's Krebs, and excuse me, that was actually called a strike. Questionable call. Wow. It looked like a pitch out. So 1-1 the count to Caravantes. That's a nice scoop from Ramos, as that's twice now that Minton's thrown in the dirt. Ramos has saved him both times.
Yeah, good sure-handed first baseman. Makes a lot of defensive plays look routine in a box score.
Here's the 1-1 from Minton.
Oh.
And that curveball is swung on a miss, and the bat slips off of Caravantes.
Get that man some pine tar.
On over to third base. So Moore picks it up for him. Salampa trying to get off the sweat from Caravantes' clammy hands. So 1-2.
Caravantes doesn't even wear gloves either.
Yeah, usually, I mean, if you don't wear gloves, you're at least grabbing some pine tar of some sort, or at least reaching it up.
Or
with
have
your
some
bat.
tape on your fingers.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, but you can see he's now grasping at the bat for some more pine tar. If there is pine tar on it. Assuming that there is.
Yeah, I would say I don't think
Here's
there's
a 1-2.
Going very old school with no bats, no tape. I mean, no gloves, no tape, no pine tar.
So a nice stop from Miller right there on that breaking ball.
Yeah, now with the 2-2 count for Caravantes, I would love to see him think opposite field just like Krebs did with the first baseman holding on Krebs.
Check on Krebs. Gets back in time.
Maybe even see Caravantes choke up on the bat a little bit just to get a little bit more back control and shoot something to that second base side.
Here is the 2-2. That's fouled sharply out of play.
Yeah, that sort of inside-out swing kind of was telling to me that he is kind of thinking opposite field.
Yeah, not a lot of guys are going to go in on you. You know, like we keep saying, inside part of the plate, some people may be a bit hesitant, as we saw in the warm-ups, especially from Minton.
Yeah.
As Krebs was running on that, but Caravantes stays alive. Minton was having a hard time trying to establish that inside part over in right field when he was warming up. So yeah, Caravantes, if you're up there at the plate, you're looking to shoot that right side gap because it's wide open. We'll do the 2-2 again. Here it is, and a swing and a miss. Caught Caravantes, looked like halfway, you know, didn't know whether to swing or not, so he just kind of tried to poke at it, but strikes out. So 2 down now. That'll bring up Gregory.
Number
yeah, it's a
24.
little late emergency swing.
Cody
you just hope
Gregory.
You tick the ball and hope to see another pitch, but unfortunately whiffed on that one. Second strikeout for Caravantes, 0 for 4 for the second baseman.
I think Caravantes is pushing for the role of a bullpen batter.
So Minton really keeping Krebs in the back of his mind. Just keeps checking on him. That's up in the zone, off the handle, out in front of the plate, and over Ramos' glove. On over to third is Krebs. And heading home, here's the play, and he is safe.
And Krebs tried to pick up the third base coach, Tyron Salampa, the head coach, late. Didn't really get a signal, and so he just kept going.
Yeah, that
he didn't see a stop, so he just kept going.
Baseman,
and it looked like, I mean,
4.
As he was heading to third, Salampa was almost back behind third, so Krebs couldn't really. He expected, he expected to just get a wave, and it looked like last second Salampa creeped up and might have put his hand up. But I mean, when you're Krebs in that situation, you're putting your head down and you're good.
Yeah, 2 outs too. So, hey, that's why Minton was checking on him. The speed of Kyle Krebs, you know, scoring all the way from first.
So 8-3 now. That'll be a single for Gregory and E2 on the throw.
Yeah, that was one of those plays for the catcher Miller that it would have been a little bit smarter to just let him get on base instead of him trying to get him out.
Yeah, that swing.
It costed you
an extra run, 90 feet for Gregory as well.
So that curveball's fouled into the glove of Miller. 0-2.
Because that swinging bunch just died down in the grass, so it wasn't going foul. But
it was just one of those plays where, you know, you make a mistake, you learn from it, and you move on.
Yeah, Minton has to move on, and he's jumped ahead 0-2 to Dotson, who's struck out twice and singled and scored.
Here's the 0-2. That curveball misses just outside. Nice patience from Dotson. We'll lay off that one.
Minton was walking off the mound, thinking strike 3 right there.
Yeah, he wanted that pitch, but still ahead in the count 1-2.
Here's the 1-2. Curveball driven up the middle for a base hit. Let's see if they wave in. Gregory, he does get the wave. And standing up and scoring easily to move the game now on the RBI single from Nick Dotson, 9-3 Falcons.
So that's the third run scored by Cody Gregory. And Dotson picks up the RBI single with 2 outs.
Dotson also avoids the dreaded hat trick.
Center fielder, number 3.
Yeah, down 0-2. He was
Isaiah.
He's been down 0-2, 3 in his 4 at bats. So nice piece of hitting with 2 strikes. And Dotson, I'll bring up Verrett, number 9 hitter, looking for his second hit on the day. Shows bunt. That first pitch is in there for a strike.
It was also impressive by Dotson because it looked like Minton backed up a curveball with another curveball, and it just missed the zone, just hit too much of the strike zone.
And taking his time up there on the mound, and it looked like it was supposed to be a pitch out, but fastball down the heart of the plate, 0-2, kind of crossed up and with Miller and Minton.
Yeah, Miller reached across, not across his body. He was set up way away, expecting a pitch out.
So Brett's got to protect here. There's the pitch out that they were waiting for.
He maybe could have backed it up again and got a strike 3 looking.
1-2. Yeah, I'm surprised they even called for a pitch out just because it's 0-2, 2 out.
6-run ball game.
Nice stop from Miller reaching across his body.
Although Solano will take any insurance runs they can right now in the bottom of the 6th.
Just want to point out that we have a very solid crowd today on this Friday evening.
Yeah, rare Friday home game, usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but this one on the schedule.
Pick off to check on Dotson back in time, though. And yeah, they moved this game because it was Easter weekend to today.
Which makes sense. A lot of people are going to be out of town starting, even today, people are going to be leaving Friday night.
That's off the fist, able to stay alive is Verrett.
Solano spring break also starts this week, too.
Yeah, last day of classes was today. Except for this lowly Saturday class people, but, you know.
Yeah, shout out to you, Saturday class people.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do that. Check on over to Dotson, but back in time once again.
I feel like if you really want to get a class out of the way and your only option is Saturday, you just got to, like, suck it up and do it.
I've never been in that dilemma, though, to even look or consider a Saturday class. At that.
I've only had 2 Saturday classes. I had a Saturday
You've
bio.
Had one?
Yeah,
wow.
I had a Saturday bio class.
Oh man,
which is
no.
Is like 3 hours of lecture and then like a 15-minute break and then like 2 hours of lab.
Oh,
yeah.
So like what? It start at 9 and
it started
at 2.
At 9 and at 2, yeah.
Ooh,
2:30 or 3,
that is
something like that.
brutal.
Yeah, long day.
There goes Dotson, and a walk for Verrett as that was a 3-2 count.
And then when I was in high school, I was in the IB program at Armio, so when you're in the IB program, you can't take PE because you have extra classes. So I had to take PE here. And so as a high school student, can't go during the weekdays. So I took a Saturday basketball class a couple different times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The struggle of Brian, man.
Yeah, oh my, the first day of a 3-hour basketball class with little 15-year-old Brian, 5 foot nothing. Oh, my legs were jelly.
That first pitch is fouled.
It's going up against grown men in a basketball class. Yeah.
What, I mean, was some of them on the basketball team?
I have no clue. There's some good players.
But
man, yeah, I was just trying to find my role in the world, try to take some charges in the pickup style game.
There are a lot of high schoolers that come to Solano Community College.
Yeah, it's really expanded with the high school program that they started.
I know Rodriguez High School, if any parent is out there is interested in doing this with their child, but they have a program where a student from Rodriguez comes to Solano like once or twice a week and takes classes here. So by the time they graduate high school, they'll pretty much graduate with their AS degree too.
Yep.
Yeah, I had last time I was at Solano before this semester. That's popped up in the infield. Ramos is there to end the inning. We'll get back to you on that. The Falcons able to score 2 more on the RBI single from Nick Dodson, as we have, after 6 complete innings, 9-3 Falcons heading to the top of the 7th.
My name is Omar Rodriguez with the Solano College Sports Network. Baseball is back as opening week kicks off as the Giants take on the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine. Some bad news for the Giants, though, as their closer Mark Melanson goes on the 10-day DL, joining Madison Bumgarner and Jeff Samardzija. Despite those critical losses, the Giants still have faith in their young bullpen and their young new starting rotation. My name is Omar Rodriguez, and this has been a Sports Update.
Top of the 7th we go, as Weston Gaddis will lead off the 7th. Chana out there on the mound, still looking to keep the game where it's at. Nice and comfortable for the Falcons so far.
Yeah, Gaddis is 0 for 2 with a fly out, and he reached on a fielder's choice. We've seen him pull off some really excellent plays defensively over at short. And short he is.
Hey, give those short guys some credit, all right?
Hey, I can say because I'm a fellow short guy.
I was that on my baseball team. I was one of the shortest ones.
Yeah, I was one of the short guys too.
Oh, yeah, right.
Fastball.
Dude, if you were the short ones, oh my God.
I'm short in like professional sports.
Yeah.
It's like a basketball. If I ever wanted to play that, there'd be no way. No way.
Got to improve those handles to be the point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got to switch like my entire game plan. What I usually do or / did when I was growing up, being the big 4 or 5 guy, I'd be a 1 easy. At 6'2", man.
Yeah, you're gonna post up like Embiid. And,
yeah, it's 7 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that. I'd have to be jumping with a vertical of 12. As Gaddis looks at that curveball from Chana for a strikeout, looking, doing a little window shopping on that one. 1 down.
Chana's 5th strikeout in his 6 1/3.
So top of the order now in Schoenberger. That first pitch on the inside part hits the zone. And he's still looking for his first hit on the evening.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 with a walk. Doing a quick tally on his stat line so far. Chana's only given up 6 hits in the 6 1/3 and 2 walks. So a little over 1 for his whip.
That breaking ball's off the end of the bat down the third baseline. In comes Dotson and safe.
Oh, nice effort by Dotson though.
Yeah, I would give credit to the defense. We've seen miscommunications this year with Solano defensively. with Chana, that easily could have been fielded by Chana, and he would have had no momentum towards first base. That wouldn't have even been close. But because Dawson was charging, they had good communication and made it a lot closer than it could have. It was just the speed of Schoenberger that beat that one out.
Yeah, Dodson, I mean, props to him for even making that close. Let's see if the Falcons can turn two. Here is not one, as that is in the dirt off the glove of Caravantes. And Dodson rushed everything right there. As that was a hard-hit ground ball. Should have took his time there, but made an errant throw to Caravantes, unable to make the scoop. Runners at the corners now with one down, and that'll bring up Schnitzes.
Yeah, if you're the second baseman, you're not used to fielding short hops, so very difficult play for Caravantes to make. But it did hit a lot of glove, to be fair. It could have gotten just the one, but runners at the corners.
That's for a ball, and that's one of those in-betweeners where you're Caravantes that throw in the dirt. It was a hard hit, so you're planning on going two, so you're behind the bag, and you can't go on the third base part of the bag and field it like a first baseman. So just props to him and even hitting it off of his glove.
Yeah, it's definitely E5 for Dodson.
Yeah, even though Dodson did pick that ball pretty good, it was just the throw that really, really was not good.
That is driven into right center. Back goes Krebs, and making the play, tagging is Schoenberger, so it'll be a sac fly for Schnitzes. 9-4 ball game, 2 down.
Yeah, great high backhanded play by Krebs, moving over to his right. And that's a huge play because it had that drop down. You move a couple runners into scoring position as well as score Schoenberger. That could have been a crooked number for Yuba. And we've documented the struggles in the top of the 7th. But with 2 outs, with only 1 runner on, Chana looks to limit the damage.
So that'll bring up Gums. And he had a fielder's choice his last time up. Flew out to center, back in the third, and had the RBI double in the first for the 49ers. That's lined right to Caravantes to end the inning. So nice work from Chana, keeping the damage just that 1 run, 9-4. Get up and stretch as we have to the bottom of the 7th.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
It's more than just sports, it's an education.
Justin Brown leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Falcons as he's 1 for 3 on the evening. His lone hit, an RBI single in that big 5-run second inning. That first pitch is swung on and missed.
Yeah, with nobody on, nobody out, free swinging Justin Brown, I think, can put a little mustard into this swing. Because there is a nice 5-run cushion. Solano would love to add on to it to support the strong outing from Jordan Chana.
That's a chopper right to Minton for the first out. Kind of looked at his glove like, wow, I got that.
Yeah. Surprised himself there.
Got himself a little early
to the plate.
Present there.
First baseman.
So
number 11,
Gutierrez.
Nate Gutierrez.
Nate is 1 for 4. He reached on an error. He's grounded out twice, and he's singled. He has 1 run scored as well.
Pitch is outside. Here's the 1-0 from Minton. That is swung on, popped up high, third base, and able to make the play is Moore. 2 down now.
A little pop-up dance with the overcast.
Yeah, couldn't quite pick it up right off the bat. He was kind of like, whoa, where is it?
To the plate. Catcher.
It's interesting. It's a hot and muggy day, but there's not a lot of sunshine.
Denny.
Humid,
yeah,
to say the least.
It's bright, but with no sun.
It's just a thin layer of clouds covering the sun. So here's Denning. First pitch to him is at the letters.
He's 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. He also has been hit by a pitch.
In the dirt, 2-0. Krebs is on deck. And if Krebs is able to extend the inning, Caravantes is in the hole. 2-0 to Denning. Swung on and sky high into shallow center. Coming in to make the play is Sorensen, showing off his speed once again off that miscommunication with Gaddis at short. So 1, 2, 3, down go the Falcons as we head to the top of the 8th. 49ers running out of time.
Hi, this is Andy Chase on the Solano College Sports Network here to give you a quick March Madness update. This has been one of the most insane years of March Madness ever recorded. There have been 60 games played so far, and 20 of them have been won by a lower-seeded team. By the Sweet 16, 2 one-seeded teams were already out. The University of Virginia became the first men's top-seeded team to fall to a 16 seed in their first game. With all this being said, Loyola Chicago, an 11 seed, is in the Final Four and is playing Michigan, a 3 seed, this Saturday for a spot in the championship game. Also on Saturday, we have 2 1 seeds, Kansas and Villanova, battling it out for a spot as well. This has been Andy Chase getting you caught up in sports.
9-4 ball game here in the top of the 8th inning, as Ramos will lead off the top of the 8th. Jordan Chana still out there on the mound, having himself a day. That first pitch is in the dirt.
Yeah, Chana having a really solid day, only giving up 4 runs in 8 innings. So just another proof of how Solano's pitching staff is really doing well this year.
Yeah, the starting pitching has been one of the few bright spots this team has, struggling overall 9-16, but conference play has picked it up. And with China being out here right now, we'll see if he does in fact get the nod to the 9th after this one, or maybe even turn it over to the relief pitcher Tyler Pearsall.
So far there's no activity in the bullpen, so I would imagine that they would give Chana the 9th.
Here's the pitch. Chopper down the first baseline, foul. So Chana getting ready here for this 2-2 count. Ramos flew out to right back in the 5th, his last time up, doubled in the 4th and had that RBI single in the 1st.
Yeah, Ramos yet to strike out. Got a lot of good contact throughout this whole game and every at-bat he's been in.
Here's the 2-2. Outside, full count now. And Ramos coming to this game with a 279 average, but really seeing the ball well today.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more with you.
So here's the 3-2 from Chana, and that breaking ball is up at the letters. So Ramos able to work a base on balls, lead off the 8th inning.
It almost looked like he hit him for a second there. Ramos grabbed his arm real quick, and I thought, oh, maybe he grazed him. Little payback. A lot of players wearing leather today.
Yeah. So that'll bring up Moore. Flew out to left his last time up. 49ers looking to get back into this one, get to Chana and the Falcons here in the top of the 8th as they're running out of time.
Yeah, nothing's over until it's over, though. You know, one inning could be a huge inning for Yuba City. So never count these 49ers out.
Driven out into center field, back goes Verrett, but right there for the first out.
Just got a little bit on top of that ball for it to go out.
Yeah, and that was almost right to Verrett. Just took a couple steps to his left and made that look easy. Battling the sun, too. So one down, and it looks like we got a pinch hitter in Darion Thompson. So that'll be it for Luchetti.
Luchetti really did a solid job as a second baseman. He had a couple errors here and there, but, you know, nothing coach wouldn't be happy with.
That first pitch is low in the zone. Thompson, 262 average with a 308 OBP and 13 runs batted in. Coming into his 23rd game played.
Yesterday he went 1 for 4 with a walk and 2 strikeouts as he split time between DH and right field.
So pitch from Chana, line drive, right off the glove of Corral. Dribbles just into shallow center field. So nice job from Corral, able to just keep that in front of him, or at least around him, at least, as that might have been a second and third.
Yeah, that was really great effort by Corral. You know, a little, you know, the ball took a little weird hop on him, but nonetheless, that was a good job.
It was sharply hit, so it was kind of in no man's land for Corral because of that short hop. He didn't have enough time to charge that ball. He didn't have enough time to back up to get a nice hop for him to try to turn that double play. So really, it was going to be a spectacular effort from Corral to even make a play on that short hop.
So we have a pinch hitter for Gaddis. That'll bring up Hayden Reyna, coming in at 259. He's got that real Evan Gaddis.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's
batting stance up there, really hunched over.
Little really old school batting stance up there.
One and 0, runners at first and second. So 1-0 from Chana. Fastball driven in high to left center. There is Gregory to make the catch. So 2 out. They'll bring it to the top of the order in Schoenberger.
These Yuba hitters really showing good contact from all around.
Yeah, so with 2 outs, Chana looking to complete his 8th inning of work. And, man, what an effort from Jordan Chana on the mound.
As we have a pinch hitter now for
I feel like you said that a couple times.
Schoenberger once again, third pinch hitter of the inning, as it is number 12, Travis Andrews. So interesting move from Yuba, pinch hitting for the top hitter here in a crucial situation here, the top of the 8th, just down by 5.
I actually think he is pinch hitting for Gaddis because Schoenberger is on deck.
Yeah.
You might have started 1 down on your... Yeah, Ramos was the leadoff hitter.
Messed me all up.
Scorebooks. They're trickier than you think, people.
They are, indeed. So, excuse me, pinch hitting for now, Gaddis.
And that makes a lot more sense for Reyna to pinch it for the other catcher, so he stays in defensively.
Yeah.
Makes entire sense now. Wow. That fastball is in there. 0-2 the count now.
That was a my bad on us.
So Andrew's only hitting .091. 2 hits and 22 at-bats.
That breaking ball, ooh, misses.
That was another.
Denning and Chana were walking off the field.
Yeah, that's probably the best breaking ball we've seen from Chana.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it was called an unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't called a strike. But,
yeah.
Here's the 1-2. Fastball in the dirt. And yeah, that was quite shocking that was called for a ball. Because that had a nice sharp break to it. Nice and tight.
Yeah, if you can back that up here 2-2, maybe get Andrew swinging on another pitch like that.
Looking to overpower him with the fastball. Here's the 2-2 from Chana. There's that slider. Just gets a piece of it. Is Andrews.
And with nobody in the bullpen, this is Chana's inning. He's trying to complete 8.
There's also 2 outs, so Chana needs to remember that. Again, a fly out, strikeout, or ground ball, you can get out of this no problem.
Yeah, obviously, a strikeout would be nice, but you just really got to miss the barrel if you're Andrews.
That's driven into right field, but right at Krebs to end the inning. So, once again, nice piece of work from Jordan Chana out there on the mound, keeping the game where it's at as the Falcons look to add a little bit of assurance here as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Krebs. Start off the 8 and add some more for the Falcons as we are 9-4 Falcons here in the bottom of the 8th. That first pitch of Krebs is low. Tyler Minton still out there on the mound has done a pretty good job coming into relief for Elliott. Swing and a miss from Krebs. Fastball in the dirt.
And Elliott himself did a pretty good job too. It was just that one big inning that really got to him. But other than that, he had a solid performance.
Slider hits the outside part, 1-2.
Expect Krebs to protect here, 1-2. We've seen that opposite field approach be successful for Krebs.
That's driven into left center. Back goes Schoenberger right in front of the warning track for the first out.
Next up to bat, second baseman, number 13.
So
Gabe
that'll bring up with one
Caravantes.
down. Caravantes, who struck out his last time up. Slider hit on over to third. Nice backhand from Moore to Ramos for the second out. So with 2 down
Next
now,
up to the plate,
Cody Gregory looks
left
to
fielder,
extend the inning
number 24
for the Falcons.
Gregory's been
Cody
a key catalyst in the
Gregory.
offensive attack for the Falcons this afternoon in this 9-run ball game. 2 for 2, single, a double, 2 walks, has reached base all 4 times.
As he does a little of a
Half swing.
emergency swing, half swing on that 0-1 fastball.
He's also scored 3 of the 9 runs.
Just an on-base machine today.
And on the base paths, stealing 3 bags.
We've got some activity in the Yuba bullpen right now. It looks like a right-hander's getting warmed up.
And on the other side for Solano, nobody warming up. So it looks like Jordan Chana will be trotted out there in the 9th inning.
Looking for his 2nd complete game on the year. Nice shot from Gregory, laid off that curveball.
And he's really earned it. He's really earned the 9th inning this game.
Yeah, how about that if he can complete this one? 2 complete games, especially in a row, too, as he pitched last Saturday. That's driven out to left field for a base hit. So Gregory stays hot, stays perfect on the day, 3 for 3.
Yeah, that'd be something to go in 4 for 4 on base percentage and then get out, just ruin that perfect on base percentage.
3s seems to be the lucky number for Gregory. He's got 3 runs scored, 3 hits, and 3 stolen bases for him. Have yourself a day, kid. 2 down, still with Dotson. Looking to keep the train going.
And if you're looking at Chana's stat line, if you take the first inning out of it, 7 innings, only 2 earned runs, has really settled in since that first.
In there. For a strike. Looked a little low, but who knows what the umpire was he's calling today.
Dotson has 2 singles, so he started out the game with 2 strikeouts, so it's a good thing that he redeemed himself with those 2 hits. Hopefully he can get another one right here.
Yeah, with 2 outs, trying to get some insurance. A 5-run cushion is a nice cushion for Chana because he can't be beaten with 1 swing of the bat.
And he can still pitch more than comfortable on the mound. You know, really mix in, try to work in that curveball even more, and that slider.
And should you pitch into trouble, you can start trading runs for outs as well. With only 3 outs, if you have a couple runners in scoring position, you'll trade a run for an out.
Without a doubt. 1-1 is fouled back into the netting, 1-2. Brett on deck. And if he gets on, Corral, the man in the hole. Minton gets the sign from his catcher. Sets. Delivers in the dirt. Two and 2. Deuces are wild.
I was just gonna ask you if gonna try to prompt you on that one. Yeah,
they're doing it over there. If you go ahead and take a look, don't know which one they're gonna do here. We'll see. Dotson calls for time.
And again, Yuba City using a bullpen batter to help warm up their pitchers. Such an odd thing to see.
Here's a 2-2 to Dotson. Breaking ball in the dirt.
So Dotson's fallen behind in pretty much all of his at-bats, but he's battled back in his last 2 with those singles that Omar mentioned, and now here with the full count. Gregory will be going.
Doesn't end up going.
Okay.
That might be a hiccup on him. I think he does realize that. He's hit himself in the helmet there.
Yeah, he's wrong. We're right.
So we'll do the 3-2 again. Moore is hugging the line over there at third. Not playing towards the hole, trying to keep it from an extra base hit. That's inside outed down the first base line, just foul.
Yeah, nice play by Ramos to try to field that ball while it was still in
Yeah,
play, try to steal it out.
In front of him,
yeah.
just kind of like, ooh, it's a fair.
Yeah.
It's a fair.
So we'll reset, do it all again.
Yeah, third time's a charm.
And Gregory likes the number 3 apparently, so let's see if Dotson.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you did, right, Brian? Here's a 3-2. Fastball driven into left field. Back goes Schoenberger and making the catch. Nice job, nice break on that one as that'll set the Falcons down to end the inning. Top of the 9th we go. Last licks for the 49ers.
Hello, I'm Tyrese here on the Solano College Sports Network with a quick update on the Warriors. Kevin Durant is making his first appearance back from his injury that happened March 14th when he bruised his ribs. Also, Draymond Green will be back in the Warriors lineup against the Milwaukee Bucks on Thursday, March 29th. Now, back to the game.
Leading off the top of the 9th is Andrew Schoenberger, who had that nice play out and left to end the bottom of the 8th. Jordan Chana looks to complete this one by himself as he's out there in the 9th. First pitch is in the dirt. Salampa showing his confidence in his pitcher.
Yeah, and like Chris mentioned, he had a complete game his last game as well.
Shows bunt, pulls back, but for a strike on that fastball.
Throwing a complete game is hard enough. Throwing like 2 complete games in a row, that's really impressive.
Yeah, just in case there's some sort of crooked number that could potentially pick up, Tyler Pearsall's warming up in the bullpen, just doing some long tossing. So 2-1 count from Chana.
In there. Schoenberger doesn't agree with that one. 2-2 the count now, evens it up.
Yeah, Schoenberger has had a nice afternoon. Not the same sort of effect with 3 RBIs like he had last game, but he has 2 runs. He's been on base twice with a single and a walk.
Driven out towards the gap in left center. That's looking like it's going to get down, and does in fact do. Heading to second, standing up easily is Schoenberger. So a leadoff double, looking to get something going for the 49ers here.
It's always like the 9th inning where it seems like outs are really hard to find, or like they, it costs you a little bit more in the 9th inning getting those outs than it does in the 4th or 5th or 6th.
Yeah, maybe the hitters just lock in a little bit harder just because they know that this is their last opportunity. If it's in the 7th, you could be, hey, we still have the 8th and the 9th to come back, but in the 9th, everybody has to lock in offensively if they're Yuba, so it's going to be difficult last 3 outs.
That one's inside the Sorensen.
Sorensen maybe try to dip an elbow in there, try to get a base runner for free. Sorensen is 1 for 3. He has a sac bunt. He has reached on an error. He's also popped out to center.
That fastball is inside, I assume.
Yes, the ref.
The
ump has a very deliberate, slow call, so you'd never know if he's going to sneak in a strike call.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was trying to say it slow. Ooh, and that one's for a ball. 3-0. So 3-0. Chana might look to just put Sorensen on. Maybe just get a force out or a double play.
Or a triple play.
That's going to be hard with only 2 people on. Or base runner and
oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Woo,
yeah, that'd be something if a triple play got pulled out.
With just 2 people and no outs. So that fastball hits the outside part once again. Chana works his way back to a full count now. Sorensen's got to protect.
Yeah, great job of battling back 3-0 to full count now. Chana has an opportunity to get his first out.
Here is the 3-2, and that is into right field. Making the play is Krebs. Nice jump on that one, and that was tailing towards the right field line, but Krebs, nice jump on that, able to make the play for the first out. Tagging is Schoenberger, and that'll bring up Schnitzitz.
Yeah, and I talked about trading outs for runs there. You're trading out for 90 feet, and just give a good credit to Krebs for reading that ball off the bat, as it was a lunging effort by Sorensen, poked it out to right field, but Krebs was out there.
Even another sac fly right now wouldn't even do any harm. Trading out for a run.
The first pitch slider finds its way back in, 0-1.
And Schnitzes has been a strikeout victim twice by Chana.
Check swing doesn't go around, and actually, in fact, he does.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Alrighty then.
Very late calls from the umpires this game.
And he doesn't even look like his bat went out there, really. I mean, questionable call, but
hey,
there's been a few of those. Exactly. 0-2. That fastball up and away. Most likely a setup pitch here. We'll see if Chana goes back to that front door slider. Whip around, come back in. We'll see. Shakes off Denning. Finds the pitch he likes. Kicks and delivers. Does go to that slider. That's chopped over to Caravantes. Falcons will trade an out for a run, as that's an RBI ground out for Schnitzes, making it a 9-5 ball game, 2 down.
That was a good play by Caravantes, controlling that hop. Little funky one that he got, but, he still composed himself and threw him out.
Yeah, he had a good read on that. Schnitzes wasn't the fastest runner. He is a catcher by trade, even though he's a DH here this afternoon. So not a lot of wheels over there in the batter's box. So Caravantes could take his time and wait for that second hop and make a strong throw for the second out.
Chana just 1 out away from a complete game. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. 49ers down to their last out, as Gums is looking to extend that. That's a chopper down the third base, but foul. Nice play over there from the coach. Soft hands.
Yep. Oh, this is a great moment last game, too, with Coach Robbie Rogers over at first. There was an at-bat where there's 3 choppers to him in a row, and he made the play on the first 2. And the third one,
ate him up.
Bobbled it. Ooh.
That one hits Gums, and he doesn't appreciate that one. Not like Chana had any intention to do that.
That one just slipped out of his hands.
Yeah.
We've seen the breaking ball slip a couple different times from Chana. That one just unfortunately hit Gums in the helmet.
So I'm saying a lot of players this game have been wearing leather.
Wonder if Gums will chew out Chana if that was a
I saw a couple stare downs.
Was that a joke?
Yes. It just took Chris a second.
I know. I was like, Chris.
No.
Okay.
I caught on.
That's why I had to be like,
I just
that's
had to
a joke,
respond.
right?
I just had to respond to it. That's all.
Man, Chris is hella serious. He's like, before I laugh, I'm gonna give a little statement real quick.
2-0 now. Ramos walked last inning, but was unable to score from the leadoff walk. That 2-0 fouled right back, 2-1.
There's been quite a few players that Solano has played that their last name is like a food object, like Coffee. Or, yeah. Shout out to you, Coffee, if you're watching.
2-1. It's a pitch from Chana, a swing and a miss. 2-2 now. Now the 49ers are down to their last strike.
Yeah, Chana looking to complete this game.
The 2-2. There goes Gums. No one covering.
Denning wanted it, I think. He was quick out of that crouch, but obviously
no one
was covering.
Defensive indifference right there. So 3-2 the count now.
Could have been a good way to end the game.
That would have been something else.
Yeah.
Really would have got Chana and Denning pumped up. You ended the game on that one.
Yeah, let's talk about their rapport too before the game is over. They did have a nice relationship where Chana can shake off Denning.
And Denning doesn't take it as a stand him up.
Yeah.
He takes it, okay, you don't want this, I'll give you that. Really, like you said, just a really good connection. That's really, if you're a starting pitcher, you want a catcher behind the dish that you guys are on the same page all the time and, can establish that connection because it's not easy to do. It really isn't.
Yeah.
As a pitcher, I had a personal preference of who I wanted to catch me in high school. Granted, it's not the same level, but still the same aspect of it. You always want to establish something with your catcher. That's driven into center field. Back goes Verrett, just in front of that 400 sign in center to end the ball game. So that's a win for your Solano Falcons, moving 5-3 in conference play, headed to 10-16 on the year. Yuba will fall to 1-8 in conference, 10-18. So they're tied with the Falcons overall, but the Falcons, like we were saying earlier in the broadcast, just have picked it up here in conference play and atop of conference, and that was led by a great starting performance from Jordan Chana.
Yeah, their starting pitching, like I've been saying this whole game, is like really their big asset. But now their bats are starting to come alive here in this game, getting all these runs. So it's looking up for Solano, and now deeper they get into the season, the better I think they're going to start playing.
Yeah, so they secured their second series in a row with 2 wins against Contra Costa. They won that series. They take 2 of 3 from Yuba. And like Omar said, their offense really carried the slack in the second inning with the 5 runs early on and Chana's strong start. That was enough for him to go deep into this ball game. And the starting pitching trend continues. We talked about the strikeout performance of Teddy Natter, John Yancey yesterday away at Yuba, and now Jordan Chana. Seems like Solano's 3 starting pitchers have rounded to nice form as of late.
Yeah, we'll see if the Falcons can go ahead and keep that train going. 5-3 in conference with the game at Napa next week. Chris Avaglio, Brian Nelson, and Omar Rodriguez here on the Solano College Sports Network. We'll be right back with the Best Spy Player of the Game.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
It's more than just sports, it's an education.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the Best Buy players of the game, Cody, Gregory, and Jordan Chana. How are you guys feeling today?
Feel good. Got a good win today. Great. Good to get a win.
Awesome. Chana, your second straight complete game in a row. Do you feel like you're at your best right now?
I mean, it's not really about me. I wouldn't have those complete games without the defense behind me and Denning behind the plate, Gabe behind the plate last game. So, I mean, it's all credit to those guys. If they didn't get my mistakes, then I wouldn't be going 9.
Definitely. And when you look over through 8 innings and nobody's even warming up in the bullpen, how does the coach's confidence affect your game?
It definitely gives me a little bit more confidence to kind of just go out there and just throw the ball. I mean, I know I got to trust my defense. My defense does really well behind me, and just pretty much all we got to do.
Very cool. All right, I'm going to take it over to you. 3 hits today and 3 stolen bases. Which one do you personally take more pride in?
Definitely hits, most definitely. I don't get the stolen base a lot, but try to stay short and put the ball in play today.
And when you see Jordan Chana going the distance, when you see your pitcher going that far, what kind of confidence does that give you and the team?
All the confidence in the world. The less people that we can get in the bullpen, the better. Obviously, if we could have our starters go 9 every time, then that would be what we want to do. But great job today by him, and good team win overall.
Thanks, guys. Great win today, and we will see you back on Monday.
Thank you.
We'll get to some music.